Geez. It is pouring down rain. I'm sure there's someone with some shaky hands here. It's not me. Totally unannounced. I hope that I hope that everyone understands this is totally unplanned. Nothing here. Here I am. I'm like uh, here I am like the amateur here. Oh, how embarrassing. Anyway, no, I was not planning to do this. No one was. And clearly, this is not the way I like to do things, but that's okay. Who cares? We're having fun. It is absolutely pouring down rain here. My backyard is a complete and total swamp. If I could turn the camera this way, you would see it's like raining sideways in here. I haven't gotten much else done lately these days. Who's in the comments? Mac, Hank, how you doing? John Rhodes. Oh, I feel so terrible because I like to try to plan these things a little better, but I knew, oh my gosh, this would be so like devastating if no one came up. So this might not be that long. I hope everyone has some fun. Who else is here? Yves Saint Marie, how are you? Bonjour, bonjour. Al, it's good to see you. Michael, Randy, I hope you're doing all right. Yeah, I gave up and I said, somebody has got to do this. This is not going to happen real often. I can tell you that. I don't plan to do this real often because it's hard to do. And I feel like I'd like to have more fun with everyone. Paul, how are you doing? Good to see y'all. I'm certainly going to put out the invite here for someone to please come up and join me. Someone let Klaus know what's going on. Because I could use all the help I can get. There's the link. Come on up and say hi. I'd love to see you. Mark Wiley, good to see you there. Let me send this to Klaus. Come on up, man. I hope you're here. He was the one I think that was getting the shaky hands, in all honesty. He was like, live stream, we got to do this. Thank you, Paul. Good to see you. Did the link get out there for someone? Good. All right. Well, someone come on up and join me here because I can't talk about this my entire life. Good afternoon, Hank. I hope you're doing well. Yay.
I'm doing fine. I was wondering what was going on, and nobody was chiming in, you know?
Well, nobody was chiming in, and I was like, okay, all right, I'll do something here. And in all honesty, I mean, I enjoy doing this. This is sort of the fun that I think we all kind of have on the weekends here. I got to figure out a way to get, oh no, I can post comments here. It's kind of weird. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But yeah, are you guys getting this stupid rain we were getting? I woke up this morning and saw like the whole East Coast was covered in all this rain.
No, not yet. Not over here anyways. Maybe Kenny is, but not myself.
Yeah, well, it's like I said, if I could turn the camera sideways, you would see it's raining sideways here. It's all this, what is it, hurricane, whoever it is, hurricane.
Yeah.
We're already down to the O's. I don't remember hurricanes ever being named up into the O's. I remember we get into J, K, and L, but we got a lot of turbulence here.
Well, Mick also got a lot of rain.
Well, I'm pretty confident that everything we get just sort of like goes on over that way, and those guys get it over there. I guess it would go that way.
Right.
Klaus, oil of the month. That's pretty funny. No rain in Ohio. No, we're just getting, it's just the East Coast kind of stuff. And normally, like I said, I'd be out in my shop. But literally, it's just like, it's like ankle deep out there, and it's just not going to happen. So anyway, yeah, but Hank, what have you been working on?
Actually, my house. I power wash. I got vinyl siding, and past 3 years I haven't gotten involved in washing the house. But just this weekend, this week I was not power washing, but scrubbing it and washing it because the green from the pine trees and everything, the dust that accumulates
Yeah.
on the house, and then it rains, and my house looked green, and it's actually
Yeah.
gray.
Wow. Well, I've thought about putting vinyl siding on, but I've kind of worried about, what does it do to the siding that's under there? Do you ever get concerns about there might be some sort of moisture
Well,
stuff under there?
they put a moisture barrier on there, which is aluminum coated styrofoam.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's behind the siding. Yeah.
oh, so they don't like take off your existing siding or something like that.
No, my existing siding was actually what do you call it? Asbestos
Right,
panels. Yeah.
right.
So they didn't take that off, and because my house was built in the 50s.
Right. Mine was 1948, I think, something like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, hello everybody in the chat. I didn't type anybody's name or anything yet.
It's all right. We're getting there. I'm just starting to go down the comments right here. Like I said, I mean, without any sort of who knows what's here. I just
Right.
thought I'd pop in and say, hey, who else is here? Michael Roberts is here. Al
McClinch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, like I said, not too many people. And I hadn't heard anything from Kenny lately. I wasn't sure what he got going on.
All week long, nothing from Kenny. In the early part of the week, he said that his where he works, their internet was not working right. So there was nothing going on with Kenny all week.
I figured he'd get the shakes or the DTs or something from.
Yeah. Right. No, I'm surprised I didn't hear anything from him all week. And even today, like in the morning, nothing.
I know. Well, I posted the link over there on our chat here, so hopefully we can get some more folks to come up here and have some. And like I said, I might do. I don't know. It'll take me a while to set up any sort of what is it, because I think the little thing with all my files is actually out in the shop. So. Because I have to convert them to a PDF and all that sort of mess. It's kind of hard to do sometimes. So,
Archie, how you doing, big guy?
Hey, Arch. Well, I've been trying to work on some things, but it's so hard to get out. First of all, I want to fix this lawnmower, and then I got to fix something else, and then I have to mow the grass, and then the lawnmower doesn't work again. I kind of feel like like I should be better at this. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you, I wanted to get out there and do something. I got a couple things I can finish up and, work and stuff. And I started cutting the grass, and I got 14 bags full on my double bag system on my John Deere. 14 bags of grass.
Wow.
I usually get 6, the tops, But
what had it just been that long, or was it just that lush of grass?
It's the rain, like usually we don't have so much rain and moisture in the ground. This stuff grows like a bullet now,
Yep. It grows fast. Well, I don't really have grass. I have lots of weeds and stuff that I don't really care about.
The only good thing is that I propagate my own mums, and I got some really beautiful mums this year, because of the moisture content.
Do they keep coming back?
Well, the ones I do have, come back. They do have mums that don't come back.
Oh,
but I planted a few a couple of years ago in my upper garden, and I took trimmings this spring and I planted them, in little pots, about the size of.
So you do like cuttings, and they will root themselves.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And now they're beautiful, they're beautiful plants. So I've been doing a lot of that too over the week.
Well, I had a couple of mums, but they didn't come back. I don't think they had enough sun. I think they need sun is what it is. So
they need sun, but they do have mums that don't come back.
Oh.
Yeah, they're
maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
There's hardy mums, and then there's just one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are the hardy mums, if I'm looking for them in the garden center, those the ones that keep coming back?
Yeah, they'll say hardy. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Hey, Johnny Bravo, I have like one shirt and I gave it away, and I got another one because one of them they sent me was defective or whatnot. So maybe one of these days I'll do a shirt. And I thought about doing like a shop too. So I don't know. So, there's your garage.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
I hear
Yeah.
you great, man. How you doing today?
I'm working. I'm actually doing a video. You guys are on a video. No, I'm not recording it.
Nice. Well, we all like to see. Wow, you got an engine way out of there. What's up with this, man?
And it's not it's old Craftsman I'm trying to save. Well, this body's no good, but I'm about to bring up one that's got a nice body and needs some parts. And I like these. These are really nice frames. What are they, AYP or something? They're like 2000.
If it depends, and I used to be able to know, or somebody said if it had a number starting with 574, it was an AYP, or if it was 913, it was a. I don't know how to figure that out anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's beat up over here. Yeah.
So
if it's an MPD, it's junk.
Well,
yeah,
not necessarily. Like these are these.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
And when
Sorry
you
about
compare it to the new stuff at the box stores, this is so much better. You got a flathead, you got the nice big heavy duty wheels in the back, you got the nice wheels up front, right?
Yeah.
I love that stuff. It's just great. You got good transmission, nice adjusters instead of those ones what you pull on with your finger and they snap back and they break.
Yeah,
nice
right.
heavy transmission, all good parts, nice, decent blades. Like I stepped into it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do one, get rid of the body, part it out. I'll bring up the other one, which has beautiful paint on it, but it needs a few things. Yeah. And somebody left the spark plug out of the engine.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, I have the worst luck of the bolts breaking off. Now I'm going to be doing a video on how to replace the bottom oil pan because I broke all the bolts off. So.
Yep. Where are you located? Are you in the Northeast corridor?
Yeah. No, sorry, wrong one. I am in North Carolina, and it is currently just pouring down rain.
Yeah,
and
same here.
Who showed up from? And he's paying no attention to us whatsoever.
John, wake up.
John.
How are y'all?
There he is.
What's going on?
Yeah, we have the similar problem. What happens is I live on the island, so we have salt air. It's raining like today.
Oh, yeah.
And what'll happen is when you see rust like this on the body, a lot of times the bolts will break on the bottom of the engine.
Yep.
Now, fortunately, that's not the case this time. So I have a good motor here. Although I checked the keyway and it's been spun and somebody put a newer blade on it.
Okay.
So I got to fix that. But at 75 PSI, I'm going to put it to the side. I know what to fix. It's got spark. It's more parts. Every now and then I like to part stuff out, go through all my stuff, and then put something together for my efforts, not just put parts away.
Well, that's what I like about your channel. You actually go through and clean everything.
Yeah.
And
are you with me on that? Because a lot of people don't do that.
I do that. To me, a good clean machine sells a lot faster than something that looks like it just came out of the dump.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and they need to be clean. Like, the motors guys, they're air cooled, right? And they're full of junk. And how can you really see what's going on with it if it's not clean at some point?
Right.
So I try to pre-clean everything. And then if I do something like this, like I might say, all right, this motor needs a little bit more cleaning on the bottom. I'll put it to the side. And then when I'm ready to use it, I'll just give it a quick rinse or a hose. Or my favorite is my electric pressure washer, that little piece of crap that I shouldn't say it's not really a piece of crap. They gave it to me on a promo and I did a bunch of videos and I've had it for over a year and it's still going and it works very well on the smaller stuff. Like an engine.
And I know it works well because when I get out, even my little tiny old, 3.5 Briggs and Stratton, there's so much pressure, it'll push all the labels off. And, and there's a time when it like takes paint off and everything. So I thought about getting one of those smaller little ones like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? To store them away, it's a lot easier too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
You pick them up, you bring them down the basement so they don't freeze.
Right.
Let me get a chair.
I picked one up off the road on one of my walks one morning. I got it home and it was like boo, 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 and it had a crack and whatever. And I was like, so I gave it to somebody else. I said, here, it still works, but not well.
When it pulsates like that means there's air getting in the
Yeah,
line.
there's
Right.
a leak. Yep. Yeah.
Now, I have a few pressure washers because I collect them, and then you can't sell too many of them because they're usually people ruin them.
And how
It's
much
like-
you really can get for $100 pressure washer?
I'll sell nicer ones for about $200. The ones that I like, I've put on my channels. They're the ones with the it's not the vertical shaft, the horizontal shafts with the better pumps and just the better gear altogether. And that's the stuff that I'll sell and I'll keep. The other stuff, it's more like when I buy a lot, like an entire lot from somebody, and they'll throw in weed whackers and whatever else. I'm like, yeah, whatever, throw it in there. I don't care, right? They're trying to sweeten the deal. I'll take a look at it and see if it's any good.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it's not.
Right. It's not.
I just did one for my sister, and she dropped a nice machine off, and she did try to take care of it. She even looked up on YouTube and stuff. But it's got a broken pump on it. And I'm like, Deb, to fix it, first, the motor doesn't run. So first I have to spend time trying to get the motor to run. All right, it's a nice Honda motor, but so what? Get the motor running, then I can test the pump. Now the pump is jammed. And if you have hard water, it gets worse. And then the unload is broken. And then after I get all that going, the plastic hose connector blows off the back, right? So it's broken. I'm like, you just killed a day of my shop time. I'm like, I'll never see this again,
Yeah.
And how much of that can you really charge for? Not,
You can't.
No, you can't. I mean, sometimes you can, but not.
Yeah. It's getting a little bit better. Actually, I'd say it's getting worse for all of us because everything is getting more expensive. Okay.
Right.
Now, you go back a couple of years and you could buy a box store lawnmower for under $200. Now they're over $300 for a push. So what we're starting to see is for us fixing these things, there may be a little bit more value in terms of dollars, for us to look at and go, all right, I think you might want to fix this. I think I can save you some money. Otherwise, you're going to have to go out and buy a new one, and it's going to cost you twice as much.
Yep. And trying to convince people of that. People are like, oh, and I spent some time on some other lawnmower chat sites, and it's just like, hey, I want to buy this thing, and it's like, oh Lord, no, you really don't want to buy that, or I'll just throw another carburetor on there. It's like,
Yeah.
you can do that, but I don't know.
There's
Hey,
Wayne.
Tom, how you doing? Hey Wayne, how are you doing today?
Yeah, we got customers saying the same thing. Oh, $150, $175 to fix my mower. I'll just go buy a new one.
Mhm.
We tell them, go right ahead. You'll likely be bringing it back to us to fix. And a month later, oh, it's got to go under warranty repair, but I got to cut my grass. Can you fix it? Yeah, but it ain't under warranty. You want your old one back? It runs really good. I got it right here because I give them $25 for it.
Nice.
I hate to take us away from the lawnmower information channel that we're on.
Go.
But yeah, I know. But Mr. Henry, I heard there was a rather lively live stream last weekend. You heard anything about that? Stella?
Not me, man. Sorry.
Mr. Wayne?
Yeah, it was
What was
great.
it?
And I hate
saw
I
most
missed
of
it.
What did you say? Something, a lively live stream?
Yeah, there was. I missed it last week. I was in town doing stuff, but I heard there was a lot of action on last week's live stream.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good from what I remember, but I'm old, so I forget a lot of stuff.
There you go. Hey, that's an hour.
We don't want to get
Yeah.
anybody in trouble here, John.
That's right.
Oh, I would
Not
never
me,
do
man.
that.
Come on up, Lucy. I think it was.
Let's go to the replay.
Close your eyes and swallow, Phil. Believe me, it's okay.
Well, that's a soundbite.
Nice. See, I knew this would be coming up.
Can you
know?
hear that? Can you hear
Do
that?
the
No, I'm not
replay.
sure.
Do it again.
just have to
I'm
close
not,
your eyes
I'm
and
not
swallow,
sure I can
Phil.
hear that as loud as you'd like me to
Well,
hear.
here, everybody be quiet and let me play this so we can all hear it.
Oh,
Is
wait
this
a minute.
Is this what actually happened last weekend?
You just have to
No,
close your
I
eyes
did
and swallow.
not. It was
Would you
not
hush?
Yeah.
Here we go. Now hush. Listen.
You just
Nice.
He might have to put it.
That was a good move.
Transcript up
Oh,
there.
Johnny.
Uh,
I am old too.
Hey, there's Ken. Where you
Where,
at, Ken?
there he is.
I can't read it. I'm too far from the monitor now.
Hang
Can't
on.
see what he's
Let
saying.
me straighten Ken's question out
Let
here.
me see. Leave it
Go
up.
straight,
I
straight
was
to
I was in town all morning with Lisa doing campaign stuff. And then she and her friend had 2 events to go to that I didn't really want to go to, so I came back home.
There you go.
So
Close.
that's why I'm
Oh,
here
and then
today.
Klaus is leaving. There you go.
Yeah, close even disappeared. Oh,
He forgot his beer,
yeah.
There you go.
See how fast
his
he went?
cola.
Yeah.
That's right. Your soda pop. Klaus, how you
Yeah.
doing, man? I was afraid you were gonna like get the DTs there earlier today. So that's why I went on just for you, Klaus. This is just for you.
Thank you. Stella.
Hank, looking at all of
What-
Archie's toolboxes there, maybe he's got more tools than you do, which is hard to believe.
Right. Yeah. Right. I got a lot.
I don't know there, Wayne. How many boxes you got there?
Uh-oh.
Let's compare eggs to eggs.
I see 4.
Or
Mr.
got
Henry
this
uses
more.
sheds, not boxes.
Yeah, you make sure you use entire sheds. Well, no, there's plenty of good stuff to look at there, but your shop is so clean. Mine
Hold on, I'll do the
it's a
pan.
mess.
I'll do the pan. Hold on.
3, 4, 5, 6. I see
I'll go
6.
slow.
There you go. All right, that's looking. Oh man, I wish I had a sink in my shop. I have sink envy. Ah,
Big envy. Nice.
I wish I had a bathroom in my shop.
Look at that double
if
door.
you had a sink, John, you wouldn't need a bathroom.
I
I'll go
know.
back the other way.
Those are nice
My
doors
facilities
there.
are right behind the
Yeah,
shop.
those I got on sale. They were like scratch and dent at Depot.
Oh, okay.
They're getting worse though
Move
now. I've had them for
fertilized
years.
ground and on the lot.
Oh, I see a nice. Was that a nice old Kennedy tool chest back there?
Yup.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Look
Oh,
at
look,
Hank,
there
more
we
tool-
are.
more
There you
tool
are. You're
chest,
coming
Hank.
up.
Wow.
There, that's
And
what I,
there's some of it there.
look at that. Oh my God.
Man, that's some
Nice.
high
I'm
tech
sorry.
stuff there.
Your shop is
Whoa!
way neater, cleaner than mine is.
It actually needs to be moved around a little bit now. I need to make some changes to it. I just don't have the
There's a lot
energy.
of
Around it,
chests there.
but I really dig your like big shop table right in the middle of the floor. I kind of like that.
Oh, I love it.
Hey,
Hey, Ken.
This is my back saver.
Absolutely.
I can't do it anymore without this. I was like, okay, I just can't do it.
Dirt right.
Yeah.
Even today, my back is
You
stiff,
did right.
but this thing is a saver.
You know how Stella saves her back?
This can.
John.
Yep, yep.
She just doesn't bend over and pick anything heavy up. I mean, where were y'all going with that? Golly.
Behave yourself, John. You know what he always tells me.
I was.
Exactly.
He's always telling me
I
that.
was being nice for a change.
Well, I'm just learning how to use this whole thing here. So I'm just learning how to send people to the basement. So
You'll learn.
It's not let me comment, Stella. I don't have any.
Yeah, just keep practicing on John.
Comments are
Yeah,
important.
everybody else does. Might as well. Mick used to practice banning me every day, every time.
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't ban you, John. Well,
Oh, sure you wouldn't.
no, I wouldn't ban you. Come on now.
Okay, thank you.
Ben's Workshop. How you doing, big guy? That's my welder buddy.
Yeah.
It's Sandy Rose. It's good to see you here. Did somebody just go away, or did I? Or
Yeah,
did
I think
send
we
them-
lost Ken.
Kenny
Oh,
just-
yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure it wasn't me. Oops.
Oops.
Sometimes I don't do this on purpose. I'll tell you that.
So I got a story for you guys. All right.
I'll be back
Lovely
just a minute.
couple around the corner. I think they're neighbors. They're in their 90s.
Nice.
And they looking for somebody to fix this machine. This small, and it's a small, I don't know, Craftsman, right? Lawnmower. And she comes to me, they find me, and they start asking me questions there. And I said, well, tell me a little bit of history. Well, I got it from my neighbor. What happened? Well, I went to go cut my grass because the town is going to fine me $500.
Mhm.
I went out and bought a brand new electric lawnmower. I said, which one was it? She didn't remember. She brought it home and I used it and it broke right away. So my neighbor gave me this one. Can you fix it? I said, sure, absolutely. I fixed it. Brought their electric back. And then she had a hard time pulling the lawnmower because she's like in her 90s. Now she's in good shape, but she's in her 90s. And he had a hard time. So the best I could figure, because it was a simple older Craftsman, was I showed her, I said, spray this in. So I used the ether. I sprayed the ether in, and wouldn't you know it, even with the light that she was pulling, she was able to start it no problem. They were so happy. They wound up overpaying me. And I was like, no, that's too much money. They're like, no, take the money, take the money. They were so happy. So the moral of the story is I keep getting these stories where people go out and buy these electric lawnmowers and they're just not happy with them.
No.
They break right away. Then they go and they find some older, what they think is kind of like a lot of people think is a piece of junk. When I'm done with them, they look nice and they're so happy with them. And they're around this age, like the 2000s is what I like, 2013, 2010, 2003. They just love it. So I just wanted to mention that as like an inspiration for all of us, because there's only so much we can do with electrics. They are useful if you have a small property.
Because we're
But if you don't have a small property,
Hank,
good luck.
He's telling us we got to get electric start when we get 90.
Yeah.
Well, you can get electric, but the other thing too, Arch, that I found is teach people how to find, pull on that cord a couple of times right there at that compression stroke. Because I've seen people like yank on this thing and they're like pulling their shoulder out of their socket because they don't realize that they're going through like a half of a whole stroke before they get the cord halfway out. Teach those people to do that. And
absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that. And another thing I noticed, what she showed me that I'd never noticed before, is she was holding onto the lawnmower and trying to pull. And I said, how about this? With your left hand, right, close to where the pole is, throw the lawnmower forward. And as you're throwing it forward, pull back like this. And she was able to develop a lot more force by doing that.
And, people just want to do this stuff on their own as long as they can. Believe me, that'll be me, they were
both in really good shape. I've seen people that were much younger that were struggling with things and they just couldn't do it. What I'm seeing though is a lot of people are getting, you bring that up, they're getting to a point where they want to go start doing some things, themselves again. Things are expensive. A lot of people come to me and say, well, I had to fire the lawn guy, the crew, because they're too expensive. I need a lawnmower. And I always go through a routine where I show everybody how to use the machine, which way to turn it, what to look out for, the stuff in the gas, the water in the gas, the junk in the gas, possible filtering your gas with a paint filter. So I try to help them all out. I also get a lot of people that just buy a house. They just bought one in the area. It's the first time. They've never had to really deal with a lawn before. So it's a great way to build like a community and inroads to possible customers in the future as well. And it's fun, And then usually we get into like political conversations because I'm not going to bring it up here, but I think they feel the pain.
I'm hovering.
Me and Hank still mix cement by hand. We don't even order trucks. We mix it by the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah, you got that right. Just find it right and put your body into it.
Yeah, the motion.
Yep.
Are we still talking about mowers?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Ken.
For the first live stream in a long time.
No,
we're talking about bodies in motion.
That's right. Before we got talking about lawnmowers, so it's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, Klaus, what are you up to, man?
I'm just listening to you nutheads go at it.
And drinking beer. The easiest lawnmower I ever saw that was like just 4 inches of pull stroke without even it was a lawn boy, 4-stroke lawn boy, 2 years ago. And you would just pull the recoil rope about 4 inches and the thing would fire up.
Yep.
Which one was that? A
4-stroke lawn boy.
Yeah.
And
well, now I might be wrong and somebody correct me, but my understanding is they put a different type of ignition coil on there to keep that from happening.
When I went to the dealer, Stella, I asked them, did they do anything special on this lawnmower and extra gearing or something? And he said, nope. But it could have something to do with the coil because Jake and I both were just going to put it on top dead center and get it passed before we pulled it.
Right.
And fired up and we let go of the recoil and said, did you see that? And we kept on trying it. It kept on firing.
Well, it is a 2-stroke, right? So it's going to fire. It's 2 strokes to 4, so it's less revolutions.
I thought you said it was a 4.
Yeah, it's 4-stroke.
Oh,
We
you
see-
a 4-stroke?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
engine
and-
though? Which engine though?
And I think
I don't
it has
know.
Briggs engine on it.
Yeah. You should have quantums on those.
I was on in another one of these online things that I get on. I hate to it. Well, I don't hate to admit it. I just do. But somebody mentioned about, oh, you got to take the spark plug out if you're going to turn the blade over. And someone else mentioned something about, oh, well, that was 20 years ago. And I swear they said something about a different type of coil technology or something that makes it really difficult for a mower to turn over with just one rotation of the blade, whereas something 25 years ago was really possible. I don't know.
I've seen some though. When you turn the flywheel very slow, you could even get a spark.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Cast iron, you need to basically only one revolution that'll start. But aluminum flywheels, they have to really spit
Yeah.
to
You
get
need
them.
the blade. You need the blade to provide the torque.
Exactly.
I want the hand crank back. Remember that? Where you fold it over and you go and you move it around, you fold it back, you press the button.
That might be, with the, you got to have the blade and all. I just did a repair on one of those little Chinese 4-stroke mower engines. That thing runs pretty smooth without the blade, and it's got a aluminum
That's
flywheel.
surprising.
Yeah,
It is.
It'll run smooth, but it won't rev up.
Well, the
No,
Briggs
well,
overhead valve.
Actually, it will, Kenny, because it's one of those. It's preset. It goes to full throttle right away.
Really? Right.
Yeah, well, the OHV E series will not run. It won't run. You'll have a hard time starting it. It'll probably kick back. I've tried it. You'll make you think there's something wrong with the engine. It needs
But
the blade.
That's not a Chinese engine, is it?
Well, nowadays it is.
Yeah.
Close. That was a vertical shaft engine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, James.
Because Arch is right. A lot of times I've thought that the mower, like if somebody brought us a mower, said, "Hey, you want this mower? I'm going to give it to you," and I go to fire it up, and the thing kicks back. I think the first thing I think is got a sheared flywheel key.
Yeah.
But then when I look underneath, it's got no blade. That's why it kicked back on me.
No, but I mean, a Quantum, you start a Quantum without a blade, it is jumping all over the place and runs like crap. But this little overhead valve Chinese, for some reason, it just runs nice.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I saw you running it.
Yeah. So it's,
I've never seen a lawn boy hand crank.
No, I
The
never.
older 2-stroke ones had some.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen them that have like a rope. You wrap around the rope.
Kind of like
Man.
a bird's head where you wind it and fold it over and push the button.
Yeah.
the
looks
only
like
the only the
Yeah.
only 2-stroke mowers I've seen over here are, I think they're small Tecumseh 2-stroke engines.
Oh,
Would you look at the nicely dressed man down at the bottom there? Holy moly! Yeah.
Bruce, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you guys?
Bruce's shop of horrors. That's pretty good.
Did you get that off of Tom Dolby? I think he's got a sign on his shop says the
Oh, is
shop
that right?
of horrors.
Well, no, I think Bruce is just waiting for the red streaks to go up his arm. That's all. Yeah, that happened to me once. That's why I mentioned that. I had this tiny little cut on the end of my finger, and I was like, "Huh, that's weird." So I don't know. I just ignored it, and then like about a week and a half later, I realized there's all these red streaks going up my arm, and that's when I was like, "This is bad." But what had happened was it had hit me right on the knuckle, and it like went into the inside the sheath of where your tendon is, or I mean, it's like really freaked me out. So they put me on like super duper antibiotics. They said it's good you came in because if you waited one day earlier, you'd be in the hospital and we'd be pumping antibiotics into your veins. And I'm like, that didn't sound fun to me.
Well, thanks for the warning, but I got through it.
There we go. Remember
Good.
I used iodine. I had some old
The
first
old
aid
liqueur,
stuff
bro.
in the garage, and I put iodine on it.
Mercury free. That's
Yeah, this is yikes.
Does anybody use Mercurocone anymore?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, isn't it outlawed?
It's getting better though.
I use brandy, Hank.
Yeah, brandy. There you go.
What do you put on the cut though?
What?
No, but I mean, I have a bottle
I
of
use it for
rubbing.
everything.
I have a bottle of rubbing alcohol in the shop that I just if I get a cut, I just and
Yeah, but Klaus, you can't do this. Pour it on your wound and then.
Yeah.
You
I have
can't-
another. I have another bottle for the.
Oh, okay.
True confessions. I actually poured ethanol on it or methyl hydrate on it right away. Yes, I know it's bad for your skin, but it was better than having the bad stuff on there. So,
I'll bet that burns.
yeah. Well,
I
there's
was
two
going to
kinds.
compare it to some other, words.
Use hydrogen peroxide.
That's I think I have some of that in my shop. I should probably do
I
that.
don't have any
Yeah.
in the shop, but we got it in the bathroom.
Yeah, you got to put something on it.
Right. Well,
One of those
maybe
things
I'll
that stays in the
make
bathroom
sure I'll
for
have a
years.
full bottle of that in my shop.
So everybody's got a first aid kit in the shop, right?
Oh, I got
I
two.
do.
Yep.
I've
Duct
Got
tape.
so much dust.
I've got
It's
the
got so
rubbing
much
alcohol.
dust and it's got stuff
Mine is-
piled on it. You'd never get at it with one arm.
Mine is
Rubbing-
up
ru-
there
rub-
somewhere.
Rubbing alcohol and duct tape will do that. It'll.
No, you shouldn't use tape on
Electrical
a cut. You should, if you're going to put like electrician's tape or duct tape, you should put something absorbent between you and the glue. The glue can cause the same thing Stella was
Yep.
talking about.
Yeah.
Really? Because I put electrical tape on stuff.
I usually put tissue or something underneath it.
Yeah, underneath.
Paper
that's right.
towel.
Paper
I'll tell you,
towel.
the big thing in here for me was putting the water in and the sink over here, because whether I cut myself or splash something, get something in my eye,
Mhm.
Right.
I don't have to try to get my way into the house, which is far
Yeah.
from here.
I
I could
keep,
just do it here.
I keep a 5-gallon jug of fresh water on the counter with a little pail hanging from the spigot.
Good.
And, if you need it, you got it. And
Yeah.
I usually use the water for something else, but it's there.
A
always
break-
keep it
a
topped
little,
off.
a little brake clean will do the trick too.
Yeah.
Rub it in, Archie. Rub it in. There you go.
Yeah. Rub it in.
Ouch.
Easy.
I can't
easy.
read all the stuff. It's too far from me. The monitor's all the way over there, so I can't
John
read
Clem's
everything.
going to pick up on this
If,
one.
if you get a cut and you have dirt in it, say old grass clippings, sand, whatever, that flushing it with alcohol will just make it heal faster afterwards.
Of course. But I don't know. Methyl hydrate is what I use, but it's made out of wood alcohol, right? It's not.
But yeah,
It's not a grain alcohol.
yeah.
You know
I
what?
was going
You
to say,
guys-
you know, Bruce, that the methyl hydrate on skin is
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
good.
but it's still better to kill the germs in a cut than
Yeah.
like
You guys are too darn young. Your bacteria count is too low. When I
Yeah,
was
we're too young.
when I was
Yeah.
a kid and I cut myself, I still played in the mud. I'd clean fish. I'd do everything.
Yeah.
You know what?
And back then, the dinosaurs were a real problem.
Yeah.
Hey, we were doing brake jobs, and we'd have our sandwich with the brake dust on our
Yeah,
hands.
yeah.
Yeah,
We didn't care.
You need that bacteria when you're young, so it'll fight off.
That's
as you
true.
grow, You know.
Karen
To
O's
some
got a
degree.
question about
yeah, but it's not just bacteria. These things
I
have
ha-
mold.
I
They've
hung
got,
out on the farm.
Small
with-
engines are
with
filthy,
all
aren't
kinds of
they?
animals. I think I've had my share of germs and
Right.
dust.
Our
and-
kids are too clean these days. Let's
Yeah.
say.
Stella,
No, but-
tell
I mean,
Karen
just
O
look
why
at-
she got to prime it 10 times.
Well,
Look,
what if
look-
it's one of those old Tecumsehs? You gotta really poke on that thing really hard and mash it. I don't
What?
know. Is it a Tecumseh? I have no idea. And that's
Yeah,
okay.
they do that.
A lot of times it's just the gasket isn't sealing where the primer is on the quantum.
Yeah.
They're notorious for that.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
your
god.
bowl
Yeah.
your bowl gasket, right, Wayne?
Yeah, the one that
Yeah.
goes on the breather to the
Or the
carburetor
bowl
from the
gasket,
back.
'cause
Is
that
on
that
the,
covered?
on the back of the car box. Well,
With
and
that-
part of the reason is people tighten those down too tight, and then the car box warps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the bridge.
Yeah, that
yes.
little hockey stick, it doesn't form properly.
Yeah.
That's likely a quantum she's got. But like, you know what? If it takes you 10 primes, who cares? It starts.
Yeah, if it still
Did she
starts.
did she
As
double
long as it
gas
starts
with that?
first pull, I don't care.
Right. As
Yeah.
as long as it starts, that's what it takes.
But I mean, I've had both the gasket issue and the bulb issue on those on the quantum.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Tecumsehs, it's because the primer bulb gets so stiff. Like the original Tecumsehs, like they harden up like crazy. I think
Oh,
Bruce
yeah.
told me he puts them in something to soften them up. Right, Bruce? Didn't you mention that?
Yeah, I
Right.
do, but I've got a whole bunch of new ones now, so I don't worry about it. But the
Yeah.
new ones, if you use the skinnier ones, they won't get you need that seal for the air. When you push the button,
Yeah.
you got to have a seal from the button. Plus, you have to have a seal on the bowl.
Yeah.
Where it won't squirt into the car. And you can't see it. Like with the Briggs, you can get your flashlight in there and see the little squirt. But with the Tecumsehs, you can't see that squirt.
Hey, Stella.
Blah, 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 eh, Wayne?
Maybe you guys can answer me something, because I don't get to work on a lot of Tecumsehs, and if I do, they're not.
They're Italian.
Tecumsehs. Yeah. Some of them have a little red plastic thingy coming out of the inlet of the carburetor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that do?
I think that just draws air from the from inside.
Yeah, I think
the
you can pull it out and it still works.
Oh, that red tube, that little red tube.
Yeah,
That's just the air vent. That's just a vent.
I had one of those come off and go right through the carburetor and get stuck in the intake valve and held the valve open. It was like, ding, 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 ding.
I had one of those hold the throttle open one time.
Yeah, exactly. Mine got past the butterfly. So, yeah.
Wow.
But I've seen so many old Tecumsehs, I would say likely the best engines ever made, because they just keep on going.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, Stella, how come I can't moderate or anything?
Oh, because I think
Here comes the excuses.
No, I got an email saying.
Well, I don't know if I can add you as an admin in the middle
of the
of a thing.
No, I got an email saying
Kenny, face it, you've been fired.
Oh, was that a long time ago? I don't know.
Yeah, it's an eager one Tecumseh.
Eager one.
I love those.
That's what
Yeah.
Darren's got.
Oh, it's probably just the bulb. Bulb. Yeah.
Do
Well,
they have
if
a
it's-
But
screen?
you can get bulbs that don't fit. You can get the
Right.
bowl seals that
Even
don't fit.
the
You
bowl
can-
gasket, you don't have a good seal on the bowl gasket.
Yeah.
There's no screen behind that primer bulb on the Tecumsehs, right?
No.
Could be.
No.
No, and you don't hear it. It's and like I said, on the ones that have like it's not like a nice round globular sort of bulb. It's one that has those like 3 or 4 little ridges on them.
Yeah, the
You
mushroom
really
shape,
gotta
yeah.
poke the hell out of those
Yeah.
things.
Now, I've seen guys put them on and they don't pump that well. It's an art to get that stupid primer bulb to fit around that column of metal
Yeah.
and get your little
Right.
ring with the 6 or 8 tabs.
Yeah.
And then I use a screwdriver and you tap it at the top and it comes out at the bottom. And
That's
like,
what you got to do.
you gotta muck around. Now,
Yeah.
some guys I don't like using any kind of gasket on a carburetor, gasket goo, but some guys do put a tiny bit of gasket goo on the inside of the primer bulb and then fit it over the column.
Bruce, it's the same with the quantums, with the primer quantums. If you got a warped airbox,
Mhm.
just a little bit on the bottom of the gasket, just a little bit of RTV on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that
Works
straight
great.
rail on the bottom. I have
And then-
videos on that
I tend to do 2 gaskets instead, which works.
sometimes.
Sometimes,
You just do what you do until it works, right?
yeah. No, but
Yeah, that's all.
I've had double gasketing that didn't work because it was so warped.
Yep.
I actually made a little Gumby bender out of 2x4s and screws.
I saw that.
And then I tightened it up and heated it and tightened it up and
Yeah.
heated it.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
how
I saw
long
that.
that how long that lasted, I have no idea.
No, good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
They're not expensive, but
I
what I
bought
do
it-
is I clean up a bunch of them and I glue
Arch,
the
everything's
gasket on.
expensive. Everything's expensive.
Everything
to
is
me.
today. I do a whole bunch in one shot. I'll
That's
do
it,
like
Kenny.
5.
Yeah.
Clean them out really good, take them apart, put them back together, try to check them for warp. I glue just the bottom rail on. I set them to the side, black RTV only. The red stuff is not fuel proof. And then I leave them. And then when I go to deal with one, if one's not working, I grab another one.
Archie, the red stuff is not what?
It's not fuel proof.
No.
That's not right. Then you have the wrong stuff because normally it is.
The
There it
red,
is.
no, the high temp is the red here.
Yeah.
But that depends on the brand you're using.
Yeah, let me see. I'll show you.
Durco is high temp and gas proof.
Yeah, but if you're talking
100.
threadlock versus silicone, different. If you're talking
Yeah.
threadlock, red is the high temp, blue is not.
Yeah, it's
What are we talking?
Yeah,
We're
sealant
talking
is
RTV silicone, right?
Yeah, we're talking RTV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
usually
this
red-
is,
usually red is high
Permatex.
temp, sure.
all right here. See this stuff? This is like a copper.
Yeah, red and
This
copper
is
are high
different.
temp.
Yeah, that's not red.
Right. This is the copper. That one is high temp only.
For exhaust, usually on that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I just like the black.
Okay.
It
Also
seems to work for me on everything.
The other stuff that you have, is that like the old GM? Yeah, that stuff. Is that like
Yeah.
the old GM gasket glue?
Much closer to that. Yes.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
exhaust.
you use it for exhaust and maybe hot intake manifolds.
Mhm.
Yeah, or
Oh, the red though. When I say
thermostat.
red, I don't have any red. Now I keep finding red in carburetors and such, and it's no good. And it's destroyed. It's inside the engine and every place where you don't want it.
Buy that at Home Depot and-
That's because it's been used incorrectly.
Yeah, I would agree. And I don't know what brand that would be. These are the two that I use because I know what I use them for and what they work for, so I don't change it.
I mean, base.
They actually see that at Home Depot, and it's what's called fire caulk. That's why they use it.
I know. One guy wrote to me, it should be nowhere near an engine. You should never silicone. I'm like, well, listen, don't stay away from your tub and tile cork, okay? Just don't use that.
Your cheaper two-stroke like chainsaws and trimmers, where they have the cylinder base onto the bottom of the engine, that takes red silicone.
Yeah.
RTV. And I've used Permatex, I've used Liquid Moly, I've used Durco. It works great as long as
I'll
you
look
don't
into
put-
it. I'll pick some up.
Hey, what Cliff's saying here, though, I think.
as long as you don't put on too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what Cliff's saying, though, I think he's mistaken here because if you tape up the slot, you won't get air into the bowl and it won't prime, right? You don't want to tape up the slot, right?
Yeah, you
No,
can't take the slot.
no, don't tape it up.
Yeah, that slot allows the air to go from your primer bulb into the bowl, pressurize the bowl to squirt up through the emulsion.
That's right.
Yep.
It's a little
If
On
you
the
buy-
Tecum-
if you
on
buy-
the Tecumsehs, the brakes use a direct, tiny hole from the pressure of the bulb. Right, I guess it goes down into the bowl too because it squirts
No,
up the
it goes
emulsion too.
in, it goes in through that little hole in the face of the carburetor.
Yeah.
All the way down in there.
Yeah.
When I buy the aftermarket base, air cleaner base, where that little groove
With
is,
no more, lady go.
Yeah.
The little hockey stick.
you actually,
Yeah. If she zooms in, I can show you.
A
You actually-
Canadian invented it.
you actually have to drill them out because they're also made for the ones that don't have a primer.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, where's the slot, Archie? You see the little slot?
That's how I test them to see.
Is enough light on it?
Yeah, you
Right
put it
here.
closer to the
For
camera.
everybody that doesn't know, it's in this area. Usually back here is where it leaks, back where the primer
Yeah.
starts.
Yeah, where it starts to warp.
Yep.
man.
Yep.
I
That's
just
how I
double up
told-
the gaskets. I double them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always try that first.
Okay.
we all
Also, the brand of gasket you get. The real
little-
Briggs gasket is better than the aftermarket nonsense.
Want to put a little tiny bit of gas inside that primer bulb? You can test and see gas squirt out into the hockey stick groove.
Hey,
Now,
Arch,
here's
I had
one
that
for
same
ya.
coffee cup. Same
What
color.
if I drill
Nice.
a
My
hole
daughter
in-
got it for me. She gave me
What
two
if
of
I
them.
drill a hole in the primer bulb and I stick my air line in there and I give it a shot of air? Is it going to
I
prime?
did that.
I guarantee it will. And then you
Yeah,
put a
but I
piece of
did that
tape
on the
over hole.
recycler I had, Wayne. I had a recycler that wasn't priming. I put a new bulb, new gasket. It wasn't. I put a little bit of air inside the primer bulb hole.
Yeah.
And you can see it jumping up.
Fired
the
right
emulsion
up.
tube.
There is one set of Briggs primer bulbs that comes with a hole too, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the
where
green-
that's where-
Usually for the intake.
Yeah, the one that's like, it's like a pinky red color, like a sort of a pinkish.
So that's if you have a big fat thumb, you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
got a bunch of those in that had the wrong primer bulb on them too.
They mostly use those for snow blowers, no? When with the
Yeah.
hole.
That could be.
Yeah,
Lawnmowers too.
I think so.
Lawnmowers too.
Well, Arch, the only aftermarket gaskets for those that I found are Oregon. Those are the only ones that are worth it. Anything else is junk.
The
I'll
Chinese.
try them.
Honestly, I bet maybe there are some junk ones out there, but I bought a pack of 100 years ago, and that's aftermarket, and it's straight out of China.
Nice.
But
Nah,
for some-
man, I
I-
bought a pack of 10, and the first one I pulled out, it was all like furry on it. There was no, it was like somebody with a pair of kindergarten,
But for some reason, on the gaskets, where you can sometimes make out that it says "Made in the U.S." I don't get it, but the gasket material compared to an OEM gasket, it's exactly the same.
Well,
But
I bought
there
some
might
from,
be cheap
I bought
ones.
some from China that were so
you might be
hard.
right with the material, but it was
Yeah.
the actual
No,
punching and the actual
I have
You
to
know.
disagree with you, Klaus. I've
Oh,
got
the
ones from
bulb?
China that are so
Wait.
hard. They
Stella,
don't
Yeah.
see
Stella, what was that motion again?
Is that the gasket or the bulb, Bruce?
gasket.
Gold, Jerry, gold.
They were so hard you could have used them as an anvil.
There you go.
Yeah.
What do you have when you
hammer.
have two mothballs in your hands, Kenny?
I buy Paneri.
Is
You
undivided
probably have
attention.
seen them on Amazon.
One.
I
big
bought a bunch of different
emphatic
gaskets from
moth.
Paneri, and they seem to work with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Hank,
You know what?
easy
If
on the
it's,
salts.
if it's working when it leaves the shop, you're,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
You just keep mucking until it works.
Yeah. Find something that works and you try to stay with it. And if somebody else can show you that something else is just as good or better, you try it once and see what happens.
It's sort of like marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Great.
Bruce, I gotta say,
My first wife was.
Believe me, it's okay.
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear that.
You guys know my first wife was a hell of a housekeeper.
yeah.
Check out the
Oh,
house, huh?
Bruce.
I like that. You don't, but I do.
Bruce, I gotta say that old Honda you had on the bench the other day.
Cliff, I've never heard
Yesterday.
that before.
Man, that ran great.
Yeah, you can use
Isn't
a
that-
piece of tape, but don't put it over the
Wasn't
hole.
that the most
Yeah.
beautifully? That's 30 years old. Isn't that the
Yeah.
most beautifully maintained
Cellophane
machine
tape.
you
Cellophane
ever saw?
tape.
And
Yeah.
I gave it back to the owner, and he tipped me $50 after I
Oh,
built it.
sarcasm
Wow.
there.
Wow.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah. And he's a
By the
good
way,
guy.
this
I
is
work- I work
This is
at
the
this-
silver machine I was talking about, right? This is the one that's going to get a few parts from that red machine that I just got it.
Oh,
And you
so that's
can't really
so that's,
see it.
that's not the body you're going to use. Oh no, I see. Yeah, it's yeah.
This is the body I'm going to use,
Gotcha.
right? So, but this has had the plug is missing from it. It was left out with the plug out of it. I'm going to put the better wheels on it, but it's got no rust. I have all the other parts, but I just need wheels and a few things. And if I need a motor, I have a motor for it.
Right.
But the body's in nice shape, and it's one of my favorite type of machines.
It looks like
Looks like
they
you
turned-
only really need
Save
one
it.
wheel. One of those is a
No.
racing slick. I
He,
see.
turned
Yeah.
he turned left.
They're no
off
good
and wore
inside.
the- All right, he wore the right side tire off.
Yeah, it's all the gears are shot, but I have the nice tires over there. I've had my choice of handlebars. I can either use the gear shift lever style, forward control, transmission control, or I can use the lever. I have cables. And like I said, if this motor's no good, there's one sitting right over there.
Hey, Arch.
And I have a bag,
Arch.
and I just hate to throw it out. What,
It's got a new deck, a new engine, a new transmission, a new handlebars, and it's been a really good machine.
so these are nice. I mean, I don't want to see these go, all of them go into the garbage.
No, I don't. That's one of my big things of me doing this.
Decks don't rust out up here.
Would you call this upcycling?
No.
It's not really recycling because I am taking parts from an older, another machine and putting them on here. I'm not buying new. Nothing here is new. I'm not buying anything new.
Like me. It's a Frankenmower.
Yeah.
It's a Frankenmower, but is it kind of like upcycling in a way? I know that's like a newer term.
Yeah, but usually upcycling, you're putting like a brand new engine on something old, that kind of thing.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, upcycling
Yeah,
sort of
I
like
agree.
resto mod,
Okay.
No, Arch, you're just saving the planet.
Yeah. One mower at a time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like to say on my show, I don't say it that often, but I say it from time to time, making mowers fun again.
Well, we always say,
I like that. I'll have to use that.
Arch, we put the FU in fun working on mowers.
Yes, I like that too. Oh, God.
Oh dear. I like that.
Yeah,
Making
we do it
mowers
for
fun again.
We do it for fun and frustration.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And the frustration is nice too. Oh, we turn the air compressor off.
And if you're a good, solid masochist, you switch to two-stroke, old two-stroke.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You.
Yes.
I
Right.
find the older ones are easier to work on than the newer ones.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Karen, I would just check it with a meter. Check it with a meter, both ends. Make sure you get continuity in the wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea. Funny. I just had a video about that.
I'm telling you.
Did you all catch the news about the insurance companies in California?
Yep.
What do they do now?
Well, they want to have the right to adjust their rates based on climate change.
Yeah.
So flood areas, tornado alleys, hurricane alleys, everybody will be paying more insurance.
Well, they're already doing that in Florida. They're just
Yeah.
saying, "Sorry, we're not going to insure you. You guys are on your own."
Yeah,
Well, that's
but
the one
they're-
that the
they're
ones
doing
that
that
are
in
left. A
California.
lot of them went bankrupt after the hurricane.
They're saying that more and more insurance companies are going to leave California unless they do this. So I contacted my insurance broker just to see what's going on in Canada about lithium ion fires. Because in the States, some of them are 25 feet to 50 feet parked EVs away from a building. Otherwise, you
Yep.
don't have any house insurance.
I did a video on that actually.
He's checking right now for like lithium ion that are in tools. Is my garage going to be insured if I've got lithium ion batteries in there?
Mhm.
If I've got a lithium ion lawnmower or snow blower and it catches on fire, am I going to be insured?
But I got a good story about that,
Canada?
Wayne. I had one of my customers whose house burnt down because of that. His actual house burnt down. But
Oh no, that's terrible.
But what it was a Ryobi chainsaw, but he used an aftermarket charger.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
dumb.
Thing
That's
he
dumb.
said, just because the aftermarket charger didn't have any safeties to shut off, it overcharged it and it caught fire. So
Yep.
I recommend, everybody out there, we all love the Chinese shit, but you know what? Use what came with the bag.
Yeah. Is that going to be same with the telephones?
I'm telling you. Well, yeah, but you know what? With the telephone's weird though. You got magnetic charging, right? You don't even
Yeah.
plug it in, right?
Right.
So,
But
Well, look at your battery charger. If it doesn't have 3 prongs, it's not going to have the temperature sensor on there.
Right.
You know,
Now here's a tip
The
I
battery
came up
charger
with.
only has 2 prongs. It doesn't. It's just going to keep charging until it like catches
Yeah.
fire.
The tip I came up with and I suggested, because I actually did a video on this too, on the tool video I did recently. And I suggested that we all need to start thinking about either buying or making a steel cabinet that's vented to keep all of our charging tools and whatever.
Yeah, like a paint safety cabinet, those yellow safety cabinets.
Yeah, and just put like you do with the paint, right? I have this is paint in here.
Why don't you just don't charge anything when you're not in the shop?
Exactly.
You know, even the batteries can become unstable.
I don't trust neither Milwaukee or anyone. I don't charge anything when I'm not in the shop.
Yeah, but Klaus,
I unplug everything.
The phone rings, you run, and you forget about it. You know?
Yeah, I unplug everything. But it's a thought because you might want to even just dedicate a toolbox, for this, right?
Yeah, but
You should have a lot of electric tools.
The lid closes.
When lithium catches fire, it's going to keep on burning and it's going to heat up that steel and it's still going to catch your place on fire.
Yeah, but not if you have a real safety cabinet. It will extinguish.
Right.
Yeah,
At least it can contain it. It can contain it. You're not going to have sprites of fire and plasma shooting out all over the place.
These, I know for a fact, the ones we use at work are airtight. They are.
How much are those, Kenny?
They're not
I didn't see that.
twice the price. Like if you had one that was say 3 feet wide and maybe 4 feet tall, about $500.
Holy schmoly!
It's got a vent on it.
Where am I going to put that in here?
Yeah, but you know,
I know.
where
Well,
are you going to put it if it burns down?
Stella, outside.
You can get used ones though. Look for shops that are closing down.
Good idea.
Especially a paint shop, an auto body or paint shop. They always
Well,
have.
you remember, even your greasy rags, oily, greasy.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to confess in front of everybody, I burn my rags.
It's okay, Bruce. So does everybody else.
I don't. I'll like soak them in Pine Sol and then run through the washing machine.
No.
I mean, me too, Stella. There's nothing wrong with that.
I reuse them. Spackle bucket.
But an oily rag, say from engine oil, if it's too yucky, I just toss it in the trash can.
Just toss it out.
Well, because they combust, so you got to get rid of them.
It can what?
They can combust, those oily rags.
Yeah.
Not with engine oil. Not with engine oil.
Now you're thinking more of what the carpenters will use different kinds of oils.
Stain, wood stain, anything with linseed oil in it.
Yes.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
They're not cheap.
But motor oil won't happen.
Brock, Stephanie says she's going to make you start getting rid of some of that stuff, eh?
I seen that. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, but here's one.
I'm sorry.
Around this.
I'm
Hold that
sorry
up,
that
Ken.
I made the comment that it looks like you got a lot of nice stuff there.
I would love to ask Vivor for one of those, a flammable.
Yeah. So
Wow.
you want
Get her desk.
you want a Chinese cabinet to guard you against Chinese
Well,
batteries.
I'm just.
I don't know. It might mean my insurance company is not going to blame me for something that was
No,
my
I mean the
responsibility.
best one.
my
This
insurance
company
company
here is
will
the
definitely-
best. Just right, they're the best.
You know what?
Yeah.
Your insurance is only as good as the last comment on page 29.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the
Right.
Vivor cabinet's like $585 Canadian, and if I get the same thing from Global
Tree hugger.
Industrial, it's like
Me, man.
Yeah, here's
$1,200.
Global is good too. Global's got some good, and the price
Yeah,
is better.
but
too.
it's likely
used,
a better quality unit.
yeah,
I used the safety clean.
yeah.
Their
Safety Clean's good
cabinets.
too. Yep, but
Mhm.
safety, yeah, the red ones. Yeah,
Yep.
Well, maybe I could get one of those Vivor 18-inch cabinets. I could
I'm
find a way
telling
to
you.
squeeze that in somewhere.
you should ask them for free.
It can't hurt to ask.
I don't sell anything.
But you know what? I have a parts washer with about 7 gallons of petroleum in it, kerosene. I have probably the same amount of gas in cans.
Mhm. She's going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Klaus, in that regard, it's the thought that counts.
But
Yeah.
Klaus, one thing around here, I don't know about in Denmark there, but I know around here, if you are a business and you're charging tax and all that stuff, they can do an inspection if they don't see a safety cabinet.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Mhm.
Well,
And
that's
the other thing
If
you
you're a
got-
business, there's a whole fixed set of rules for handling chemicals,
Yeah.
flammable and non-flammable
Mhm.
That's
chemicals.
why I can charge 25 an hour and not 120.
Exactly.
25 an hour.
I
Exactly.
have to say no comment here.
The other thing
Well,
you
I
gotta
think
check
that Ken and Ken,
You
you're
gotta
trained
check
in
with
that,
your
right? Because I
local
know
fire
I had to get
department.
trained in that
Oh yeah,
when I
no, I
worked at
did all
Grumman.
that OSHA and everything. Ash.
Yeah.
I was the
Klaus is
safety
our he's our
coordinator
expert.
on my shop.
Yeah, Klaus is the resident expert. He
I mean,
teaches.
if you are a private,
Yeah.
Entrepreneur.
yeah,
Hey, Klaus,
or even if you're a business with one owner operator,
I never had to fill out a report on that.
Yeah, report.
I'm telling you, Bruce. I'm telling you, behind it's got to get reported.
So close in Denmark, how many liters of fuel are you allowed to have on your premises as a homeowner?
You can almost have as much as you want as long as it's in what's called an original container.
Yeah, but that's checking with your local fire department, because
With my
over
local-
here in Ontario, there's a rule that I'm only allowed to have so many liters of fuel.
I can legally transport and store 10 liters of fuel to a fuel for a vehicle.
Yeah.
So I can have 10 liters of gasoline and 10 liters of diesel legally.
I have 15 gallons in my garage.
Yeah, me
At
too.
least.
That's about what I have in 4 different containers.
Yeah.
I got more gas than water.
I'm going back to the jerry cans.
And I got one container that's labeled bad gas.
Louis, Brock, you're talking about the liquid gas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
I have
I'm
gas.
gonna have
I'll label
chicken and
Lisa
dumplings
bad
here in a
gas.
little bit. So
Yeah, if you own
That's what the mute button is for.
a cutting torch, label that you got that in the garage or
Yeah,
shed.
it should be on the door.
For fire.
Shush, Hank. Shush.
Mine's in the
Let's
shed.
not
eh?
talk about that at all. I got
Hey.
I got two metal bombs right out here, but I put little stickers on pressurized containers, remove in case of fire.
Brock, you shipping any of that applesauce out?
oh, you seen that, huh?
Look good.
Yeah, we did quite a bit. Well, that's how you get out the doghouse. You just do a little canning, with the wife.
You put cinnamon in there too?
Was that?
You put cinnamon in?
Yep.
Yep.
Cinnamon and sugar. Yep.
Yep.
And it's free apples because it's in the yard here. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the best part of the video was you getting doinked in the head.
oh. Everybody's like, you need a hard hat. I was like, I think I got one around here somewhere, I usually wear my hard hat when I come home late from the bar.
You need one of them weight machines that's got the belt on it. You attach it to the trunk of the tree and fire it up.
I know I want one because You
Ben-
see how we were doing it, you know?
Yeah.
What
Ben-
kind
Ben-
of engine is that,
Ben-
Ben?
Ben, I wouldn't do that. I really
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. What kind of engine is it? There's got to be a replacement.
Well, I actually had on my my lawnmower wall of shame somebody that used caulk
What?
instead of
Caulk.
caulk, like
Caulk.
around your bathtub caulk.
Tub and tile to the rescue.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah.
I've had that.
I see
I
that.
don't know.
I
Is
had,
that
a,
the
little, I
wrong
had a
stuff?
cute little generator where it sucked it in wet right through the carburetor into the intake valve, and everything was gooed right to the inside of the valve.
Yep.
Hey, Stella, is that called the wrong stuff?
Yeah.
The lawnmower-
The wrong
exactly.
Good one.
Dan, I never had a problem finding a carb bowl for any carburetor. I just did a power more today, and the gasket was pinched in it, and I just grabbed the Honda one, and it fit perfect.
Right.
I mean, the only ones that are actually really different are actually the Honda GCV ones because it's a flat gasket.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah. The
It's got a
fiber.
little
The
groove.
rest are just O-ringy type
Well,
of
the
thing.
GCV one is like a fiber gasket.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and also on some of those Chinese carbs, it is completely flat. It
Mhm.
like stays
Those-
in there.
Those
And
fiber ones I
the
find
ball
don't
was
come
sort
out.
of like flared out on the edge. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are kind of hard to deal with sometimes.
I mean, I think I have 4 of
Can you hear me when I unmute?
Hoorah.
Hello. I heard you, Bruce.
I've never seen one of them fiber gaskets go bad.
Nope.
All right, put it in the comments.
Huh. It's old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small engine related?
I don't know. Maybe.
I thought I was right on that.
God, I am terrible. Just awful.
I was gonna say that too. Damn it! Does it look like we
Dang,
took the
Bruce.
top on the bottom?
It's
Bruce,
Craftsman,
yeah,
too. That-
Bruce,
No,
you're the
Bruce,
man.
right off the bat.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
I have one right over here.
I
But
thought I was getting better at
Hey,
this.
Stella,
Say
Stella,
Bruce probably has one.
Stella,
I'm
Stella,
a little, I'm
That's
a
a nice one too.
can
That
you
is.
give us a hint, Stella?
Yeah, right.
Stella, I'm a little
Dang.
offended.
It's a
I'm
flask.
a little
I was
offended
actually going to
because-
say that because I have that same exact one that I got from my dad, and I always
Oh.
remember dumping the chalk out of the bottom of it.
Okay,
Better than the
Bruce,
newest.
tell me what you saw in this
The chalk.
because I'm trying to get
No,
better.
I
at
saw
what
the
is it?
little. I saw the lid that is on the bottom that would be on the
Yeah,
top.
the
Seal,
Oh,
the seal hole.
no.
It looks like
See?
my little.
Where you
It
put
looks
the
like
chalk
my
in.
Craftsman chalk line.
Yeah, it's okay.
I thought I covered up enough of that because you know that your chalk lines double as like plumb bobs, and it has like a little pointy thing on there. I was like, oh, I'm going to cover that up. Somebody will get this right away.
They're too
Yeah,
dirty
well,
for a plumb bob.
If you would have left some blue chalk off to the left or the right, they would have got it quicker.
Yeah.
I know.
I
Stella,
have
I'm,
two,
I'm a
one with
little
red
offended
chalk
here
and one with
because we
blue
don't
chalk.
have craftsmen over in Europe.
Well,
Never been
clearly
over
I
here.
suck at this, so there.
Oh,
No.
last week, didn't you do a good one last week that
Oh,
lasted
she did a
forever?
good one last week.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
see-
but obviously I don't think it was.
The
taken
newer
care of.
ones look like this. They got a
Yeah.
stupid rubber
I
plug.
know. I
Got
know.
a door. Makes a mess.
Yeah. Every
Dang.
time you take the plug out, it goes.
Yeah.
And you got the-
Bye, Johnny. Glad you got to stay here, man.
See you, Johnny.
See you, brother.
What's that? You guys like the old dad jokes?
Mm-hmm.
The old
Wait, jokes about old dads or old jokes about?
No.
Just
When
dad
I-
jokes.
I heard one good one the other day. My ex-wife said I was too crazy about hockey. and we were together for 7 seasons.
Oh,
Out.
That's a good one.
that's good.
Yeah, and Trudy does not like dad jokes.
Well, they're good. Oh, come on now. It's good, clean
She
humor.
lives with one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh!
That's what it is.
Ooh.
Just playing, Mr. Bruce.
You ain't gonna get that. It's the other way.
Yeah. Watch that finger now.
Really? Where's
You
that finger?
get arrested for shooting a 22 caliber in a 30 caliber zone.
Well, I gotta say, I often listen to these shows, and I listen to Wayne talk about his son, and his son is very good. But we have to remember, speaking of dads, that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, Wayne. So, hats off to you, brother. You did good.
No, he did good. When he was 5
Yes.
years old, I spent about $10,000 on Lego kits for him to build shit.
Nice.
So I knew he'd be mechanically inclined.
Good, nice, good job.
hey, Brucey, here's a good hockey joke. Why was Cinderella such a poor hockey player?
Hmm.
Her coach was a pumpkin.
Oh.
What?
Her coach was a pumpkin.
That's a perfect dad joke. Come on now.
You know what? I didn't get that one.
Come
Have
on.
another beer. And go get it.
Well, the pumpkin turned into a carriage ride.
Yeah,
Oh,
the coach was turned back into a pumpkin at midnight.
Yeah.
The coach.
Wayne,
No,
didn't see
no,
Rains
no,
tell me.
no, no, hockey player and her
Hey,
coach was a
want to see
I think
Jake
you were looking for
sell us
something
old parts,
sexual.
eh?
You were looking for
That's
something
it for you, Ren.
sexual.
No more information.
How many beers, Klaus?
No, I still don't get it.
Say it slower, Henry.
That's right. I think Klaus is the only one that's not in this age group.
I am not in it at all.
Oh, here we go.
Boy, that gray hair is giving you away, man. You gotta embrace that soon enough.
What
Yeah.
you working on there?
He's going, what grade?
And by the
But then,
way,
Lewis,
Jake
you
taught
missed
me
all the
everything
intro.
I know. I wouldn't know nothing if it wasn't for Jake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Lucky there's Google.
yeah.
Well, I'll be the first to admit I could not do what I'm doing without Google.
YouTube.
I mean, many years ago it was Haynes manuals, and it was really hard to figure out a whole lot of this stuff, and you were doomed to these, text-based forums. You couldn't even post pictures on them. That's how I started off on antique motor scooters, and it's
You know what? What would just having a computer for a part number, right?
Yeah.
You want that? You want that stupid little Briggs pulse gasket?
Yep.
And you can just go Briggs primer gasket, and boop, there's a picture and the number, and you can and then you can cross-reference the number to any country you're in, and away you go.
Except for that O-ring, eh? That O-ring on that pilot for the Honda engines, Bruce.
That you can't see.
They don't give you a part number.
No, it's like those little pilot jets on the Hondas too. They're hard to find. Those little.
I think Tom measured it and figured out what it was, didn't he? It was like a.
I
Kenny
got
put
that
up
first. I ended
something on
up
that O-ring.
looking up the O-rings, and I gave it to Kenny, and Kenny was supposed to
Gotcha.
bring
Yeah.
his
It was Ken's job.
I still have it sitting on my dining room table, Hank.
so you never had that checked out, huh?
I know it's size, and I confirmed it with Tom. But when I talked to my guy at the place, I think he's got Alzheimer's or something, because he gets back to me 3 weeks later and says, "What is it you wanted?"
At least he got back to you.
No, seriously. He's a great guy. I've known him for years and years. He owns a local hydraulic shop. We use him all the time. And I'll say, I need this and this and this. Okay. About 3 weeks later, hey, Bob, how's it going? He comes in. Hey, whatever happened with that? Yeah, refresh my memory. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. He's got a lot going on.
But Bruce, I tried using the pilot jet from a Chinese engine onto a Honda. No Gouda.
No.
Gouda. Cheese.
Nope.
Oh, cheese.
Either they drilled out too much or not enough.
Bruce,
One
you're
has
as bad as
two
I
organs,
am.
one has one.
Hey, Klaus, is it true Danish people don't say the word please?
What?
There's
What?
an article here saying Danish people don't ever use the word please, but it doesn't make them rude. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
They
we
never
don't.
use the word please.
Yeah, no, we
Really?
don't.
No, my
Like,
grandmother.
Say thank you.
Please
instead.
and thank you. They teach
say
us that
thank
in
you.
kindergarten
What
here.
we do is that we
They
do
just say
the
now.
we acknowledge
Yeah.
the
Right.
help when you get it. We say thank you.
Hmm.
My grandmother just used a wooden.
Well, you don't
spoon.
have like we growing up the magic word.
Yeah.
Nope.
What's the magic word?
What's the magic
Oh.
word?
Now.
Now.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah.
Do
Or
it
else.
now, or you're getting it.
Give
Well,
Right.
They'll
Yeah,
say,
now.
they'll say, please help if Russia moves towards them too close.
Right.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that. It's
No,
pretty
I
close
know.
to here.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Poland's already along their border.
And they're
Yeah.
fighting with Ukraine now. Oh, let's change the subject.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
I used to use because I
Yes,
said
Karen.
so.
Yes, Karen. Takis, thank you. Yeah.
We could start the small engine Delta Force and come rescue you, Klaus.
Yeah.
That's right.
We'll jump out of like a
You'll all be
We got
riding in on
power
those
helicopter.
Johnsons,
Looks like a
right?
lawnmower.
Yeah.
We'll be on a riding lawnmower.
Yeah. Mount a 50
All of a
cal on
sudden,
it.
you'll see a drone coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
car's
that's
not
pretty
tuned
nice.
right. Hold
Slow.
on.
Wait for me. I can't run anymore.
I'll start up an old 2-stroke lawn boy or something with extra oil in it and use a
Yeah.
smoke screen
Yeah.
for
there you
our
go.
maneuvers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they should be drafting us instead of the kids.
Oh God, no, I'm done.
They drafted all the old people.
Yeah, they did.
Well, the big news here is that our new F-35 just landed this week.
Oh, we
Oh,
lost
good for you. You found it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
no, that's the one that got away. That you guys handled that.
I was
one.
gonna say, is that the one that we lost?
We don't
Yeah.
use them per se. That's slightly expensive. So
I
we
love the
don't use them.
congresswoman though. How the hell do you lose an F-35?
yeah, really.
It's supposed to be invisible.
Very careful.
Yeah, very.
No, but what did the guy do? The guy ejects. What did he go out for a beer?
I know.
Yeah.
30
That's funny,
minutes
John.
later.
But he came to some door. It's just like the Tom Cruise movie where he walks into the restaurant.
I remember
After he
that.
wipes out on the Blackbird. He just
Yeah.
wants
Why
water.
did that plane stay up for 30 more minutes?
I know. They said it was on autopilot. Don't you have to engage autopilot?
You would think.
Apparently, it was on no pilot.
Maybe he, like me, he hit the door opener with his finger.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did that land in the backyard, Stella?
I
Do
heard
what
it
now? Oh no, that was in South Carolina.
Yeah.
I love how they had the appeal though, public appeal. Please, if you see an F-35
Yeah.
or remnants of it, no,
See the lost and found on Facebook.
Marines.
Russia,
Yeah, I just seen it on cinder blocks yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
It's-
sale. Yeah.
Some cinder blocks in my own front yard.
Right. If it lands in anywhere in the South Bronx, you'll never see it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, too.
No, it'll be
It
a
was
park.
worth $100 million.
Somebody else take the hubcaps off.
Yeah, they'll take everything off.
Well, one of the news guys went on. He goes, "I've heard of stealth before, but this is crazy."
Yeah,
Stuff.
I heard the
It
where he
actually
called
works.
911.
yeah.
I heard that call.
He was
And
just
from the-
nonchalant, like no big deal.
but it was kind of weird because the pilot was getting kind of testy there towards the end, and bless her heart, she had to explain, ambulance is on the way, but we have to ask these questions, and
Yeah,
it was
I can
kinda-
hear the lady. Who is this? Well,
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that would be a strange call for a
it'll
911.
be a
But I
once in
mean,
a
Oh,
lifetime
yeah.
call for her.
I've
Yeah,
just been riding a rocket. I mean,
How many
Yeah.
feet did he
okay
fall
to be
from?
able
She
to
asked.
after that,
Yeah, your brain has to
And
put a
and
whole
they
bunch
say-
of stuff together really fast.
yeah,
And
but
they
what
say
happened?
you
Did he
shortened
parachute
by
when
an
he
inch.
landed in a tree or something?
And it could be, it actually did happen, but it could be a flakeazoid phoning in, pretending that he, jumped out of
True.
an F-35.
Yeah.
Right.
She
Now
has to figure that out.
the glass enclosure blows off first, right?
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
the pilot ejects.
Yeah.
Did they ever
Supposed to.
find that?
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
would have found that somewhere in North Carolina, I suspect.
probably in a
Arch will
pawn
put it
shop
on a
somewhere by
lawnmower.
now.
yeah, pawn shop.
Yeah.
Well, you find it when it snows, someone's going to use it as toboggan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Give it to Chevy Chase.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We used
I'll
to
be right
sit
back,
on like
fellas. I gotta go
cafeteria
grab
trays
some
and stuff.
coffee.
Okay,
How do
Okay,
I
Art.
change the screen to that icon thing?
You just
Put on
go
Stop.
if you're
Stop
into
cam.
Stop
StreamYard,
camera.
stop your camera,
I see it.
and then whatever you have in you stream.
Make sure what your picture is
Ustream.
first.
Which
Before you
picture
walk
you want me
off.
to put up? I got the one with my new underwear line.
Okay, Dirk,
Nice.
Hey.
I don't
Let's
wear
see your new
underwear.
underwear line.
I don't
No,
wear
let's
underwear.
don't. Let's don't.
I don't wear underwear.
Oh, TMI, Bruce,
What was
TMI.
that?
But
Who
when
said
I
that?
do, it's really special.
Join the club, Mr. Bruce. Yeah, it's got to be a special occasion.
Yes, Rain. They actually, they found it, but they lost it for a while, and they actually put out a public plea. If anyone's seen our fighter jet, would you please call the authorities?
Well, they
Please
said on the
call.
news there's one thing that can go bad in the electronics, and when it does go bad, it's actually stealth. They can't even see it.
Right.
Okie dokie.
Well, I think they've had some issues with that plane. Because
few.
on the
Hey,
news,
hey,
they
hey,
showed
hey,
one
we
on the
just-
runway
we
the
just-
other night.
We just bought some.
Who do you think
Hey,
makes
don't
it?
say that. They're fairly expensive.
So is this the one that will take off?
Yeah, this
and
is
then
this
go?
this version. This version takes off vertically. Yeah.
Like the old
Oh
Harrier,
wow!
That
like the
version.
old Harriers do. Yeah.
So how does that work? That's always fascinated me. I mean, don't you have to have
Like
enough
this.
forward motion before you get
John
to
the
lift?
teacher.
VTOL, vertical takeoff landing. VTOL. The thrusters go down and then slowly transition.
Yeah, she'll probably ban
They
me.
said
We're having
that
too much
plane has
fun,
a
Klaus.
55% capability.
Just like a good grass bag, Stella.
Do what now?
Stella, you have that leaf blower, right? It goes sideways. If you turn it down, you'll
Your
get
arm-
some of the action going that way. That's what the plane does. It's just
Yeah, and
above
then
the
what do you do?
leaf
Just
blower
turn it sideways real quick and it just takes off?
Well,
Yeah.
slowly.
Yeah,
A little
Husqvarna.
Okay, you guys all remember this: lift plus thrust is greater than load plus drag.
Oh
Come on.
Lord, this is
Yeah,
like
I
physics.
remember
I
that
didn't-
Now we are
from,
back in
science
math
class, Bruce.
I'm gonna fail
glad
this
you
test.
mentioned
I
that.
know it.
Now I'm having nightmares of thermodynamics.
Yeah.
Thermodynamics. Took that one too.
I'm not going to do the James Condon on you, but that's good enough.
Yeah.
That's funny, Kenny. That made me laugh
That's
out
what
loud.
every time we had a test. What's your testing type? Thermodynamics.
Bruce makes me want to just get back into calculus.
Oh no!
Calculus and logarithms.
Years
And,
of
oh, yeah.
advanced math.
So
I
how
can't
in the
wait.
hell? Okay, I did everything well, and I took calculus, and they only passed me because of my other marks were good. But how can you calculate the arbitrary point on a curve? Like that's not even possible. Can't do
Yeah.
it. Can't
What?
do it. Calculus.
Oh, see, I didn't take that.
It's crazy.
If that was with typing, forget about it.
You know the
Well,
Voyager.
I mean,
Voyager.
Bruce, I'll send you the integral. And
No,
can-
thank you. Well, they
I
calculate where the
thoroughly
Voyager
enjoyed-
1 is.
No, see, I never got past that because I thoroughly enjoyed geometry. That made sense to me.
Yeah, it does
Algebra
to
was
me.
just like this. Oh my God, I have no idea what we're talking about here, and I couldn't see a real need for algebra. And about the only thing I see a need for algebra on now that I only get a use out of is how to calculate, wattage equals volts times amps, and that's about it. Sorry,
That's
But
all you need.
calculus wasn't calculus like the next level of algebra?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
differentials and integrals. Yeah.
And algebra is actually where they use the alphabet to calculate. It's AL alphabet. And they use 2x plus 1 bracket squared, right? That's algebra. Fun.
It's like Ken did
Well,
a
I
video
mean,
with all
well,
these
it sounds kinda
equations one day for
complicated, but-
blade speed. I'm like, screw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the other day when I was into reading my book.
It's
on
going
quantum
around. That's all I need to
mechanics.
worry about.
But you know what really is weird?
And
I was
fast.
watching a
better.
video of some guy the other day, and he's like, negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And I'm like, that's a quadratic equation. And like, how the frick do I still remember that crap?
How do I remember that?
I didn't like trig. That's what I
I
didn't
think
like.
I think you can get a pill
Mhm.
for that, Kenny.
Yeah, I didn't like trig either.
But I tell you, no. But being an engineer, though, when I was an engineer, I did use a lot of math, doing gear train calculations, and
Of course, I did too.
when you size motors for a machine tool, moment of inertia, polar moment of inertia, the acceleration rates, and put it this way: you don't want to design $1 million machine, and then you plug it in, it doesn't have enough balls to push the slide. You know what I mean? So you really got to do your math.
My niece is a licensed heavy duty mechanic, but she took a lot of other things, and when she went and took the math part, volumes and circles and trig that you're talking about, Rob, she excelled in her class because there was a lot of good old boys from central Canada that were farmers, and they were good at everything, but they didn't know how to do the trigonometry, right?
Yeah.
Good old boys like us.
Yeah. I did not like that when I was a diesel mechanic. I had to do trig all the time.
If you ever want to try something that is gets you out of your comfort zone, I mean, because math gets me out of my comfort zone, but try the Pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge from the FAA.
No, thanks.
Say what?
Pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge from the FAA.
Oh,
yeah.
My father got his pilot's license at the age of 18.
If you ever dream about being a pilot, just read that one, and you'll go, "Nah, it's good.
That's okay.
That's fine."
Yeah, my dad got his license at 18. Pilot's license.
So, Ken, did you ever figure out the tapioca?
Oh, here we go.
Well, I went back and looked at it because it was, I think it was, what was it, 12:45:22 last week.
I had to go back and look at it too because I was holding a bowl.
Yeah, and I was doing
a card bowl of
tapioca.
Ken and I were focused on that. We didn't get the joke.
Bruce started it off.
Yeah, we lost Stella already, I think.
3-8.
Sorry, Stella.
Nuts. And
I'm
now
sorry. It was just it was not what I meant. That that was not how I intended it. But that's how it came out, and I embraced it. It's like you gotta.
What did you say? I missed it.
Oh,
I hate that.
You have to rewind.
I hate that.
Just say it again so I can hear it. I got time to rewind all that crap.
It's like you have to explain a joke. It's like it's not friggin'
You
funny
don't have
anymore,
to explain it. Just say it again.
Well, you laughed pretty hard, Stella, so it must have been funny.
It was so bad she had to go off camera.
Yeah, it was really good. And you know what? The second best thing was that Kenny didn't get it, and he was getting a little annoyed about not getting it.
Well, you were the only one that was paying attention. Everybody's off doing their own little thing here.
Well, I was just worried Conqueror was
and
gonna
Klaus,
pass
you
out.
just sort of like sat back and went.
You know what?
Whoa.
You know what?
I was reading comments and missed it.
You know what?
I was trying to pay attention.
You know what made me laugh about Conquer is he got a vision.
Oh, he did too. I think it was a vision he hasn't had a long
fell
time.
out of his chair.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I can't. I gotta keep. I'm laughing now because
is your show a green screen still?
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
I gotta grab a coffee. I'll be back.
Yes, I am. Well, it's not green screen. I think it would look better if I actually had a green screen. I actually do, but I don't have a way to put it up behind me. No,
I gotta ask Hank. Hank, is it junk food day at the household? Yeah, I mean there were mixed nuts. Now there's ice.
He's giving that popsicle
Hank's
hell,
always
dude.
eating the treats. Salted peanuts, M&Ms, chocolate coated peanuts.
High cholesterol.
Bars, creamsicles.
There's no cholesterol in
You
peanuts.
guys are jealous.
No cholesterol in peanuts.
Yeah.
there's lots of protein though.
Yeah. There's
Good
no
protein.
cholesterol in peanuts, and I hope so.
But those were mixed nuts.
Mixed nuts.
Uh-oh.
Mixed nuts.
Were they
M-I-C-K.
Yeah.
Loaded with protein.
Mixed nuts. That's this panel right here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Bunch of mixed nuts. That was good, Brock. You've earned your way in, pal.
My way in.
I go.
I was just gonna tell everybody I appreciate all the support you've given me.
Oh, you're just
I'm
being
about to hit
nice now.
500 subscribers, but there's times that if I've really wanted to give up, just like man, nothing's happening. But just doing seeing you folks every week,
But
really.
you know
gets me,
what, Brock? My
you know.
good friend Steve OJ, he was stuck at 750 subscribers for a year. And then it finally started to perk, okay? And now he's at 1.7K or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
it just goes.
Yeah.
Don't get discouraged.
YouTube pushes you a little more.
Yeah.
Once you reach and
yeah, you're in the gray zone right now.
I wish everybody would stop doing these shorts because they're there's no videos anymore. They're all shorts.
Yeah.
And I had to find new people to watch their videos because
they got a 3-second attention span.
Yeah, I will.
What I find a little irritating or is that I get the same amount of new subscribers every month. Doesn't matter what I do. If I do nothing, if I spend money on it, if I up my nothing makes a difference. I get the same amount of subscribers.
So you're up to 250 subscribers now, are you, close?
Yeah, per month. Yeah, extra. Thank you. Thank you, Bruce. I think.
You know what? You're doing fantastic. I don't understand any of your videos, but you're up there, buddy. You're going there.
Well, it goes nice and slow, but what's frustrating is that it doesn't matter what I do. It's the same.
It's right. I get 7 subscribers a month when I had 1,000 subscribers, and when I got 45,000 subscribers, I still get 7 subscribers a month.
No, you'll get more than that.
No,
you get more than that, Bruce.
No.
Yeah,
7.
Bro.
I've got 121 so far this month.
I get 250, 230, 250 a month.
I know. I don't know what's happening to me.
I thought you said you only got 7
every 3 months.
7 a month.
7 a day. Sorry, 7 a day.
7 a day?
7 a day. Ah, okay.
I've been told 1,000,000 times not to exaggerate.
Yeah.
So Klaus, do you know why? What is it? Seaside Garage. Do you know?
I know of him. Yeah, I don't follow his channel, but I know of him. Yeah.
Well, he's in Denmark and he does
cars,
everything in English, which is kind of amazing because I clicked on one of his videos and I was like, "Oh, that accent sounds familiar."
Yeah.
Wayne and I are from Canada, so people will say, "Do you know Jack Smith from Regina?"
Yeah,
right. Hey.
Nope.
Well, no, but that guy I've started. He put out a video recently, and of course, it came up in my suggested stuff. It was an 18cc diesel 2-stroke moped engine, basically put on a bicycle. It's like that was a really cool video, and then I was watching stuff. It's kind of interesting stuff.
What I like about Klaus's videos is that you don't really have to understand what he's. I mean, it's well explained, really.
I watch
it's better when we can't understand them.
House's videos.
I don't know how you guys have time.
I let the ads in and everything. Klaus is my #1 video man.
Well, I take a lot of the comments and your video description and I put it in like Google Translate because
I mean, guys, I am so much sitting here waiting for YouTube /Google to be able to put subtitles on automatically.
Why can't they?
I don't know.
They're just too slow on that kind of stuff because again, I mean, I make sure all my subtitles are like spot on because if you don't, it's like one run-on sentence, you know.
Yeah.
And so I try to, fix the punctuation and
you work too hard at it.
But I mean,
I don't think I do. I don't think I do because I think my videos are very accessible to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So why do you put the subtitles on?
No. The auto translate function doesn't work. If I have to do the manual translation and put it in subtitles, a 1-hour video will then take 2 hours in front of the keyboard.
Well, Klaus, I'm sure there's some sort of AI that can listen to what you're saying, translate it to your language,
actually.
and go into Google Translate and do it, or go into Chat
Yeah.
GPT or something.
No, you actually have a program in Windows. If you're running Windows 10, definitely 11, there is a program that will do that.
Yeah.
No, but I
I
mean,
was
you can
messing
use-
around a little bit. I'm like, this is just too much work, but it is useful.
Right.
You can
Well-
you can use DeepL, or you can do whatever it is you want.
Right.
You can have it translate. That's no problem. The problem is getting it into YouTube and making, because you got to split it up so it fits the frames and the talk.
Yeah. You'll have
And
to do
that-
that in edit.
And yeah, but I don't do that. So
Yeah,
and
I hear you.
I run out of time. It's I
Mhm.
mean,
Another thing, did you guys just get the survey for Google on what your thoughts are on YouTube?
No.
Then go.
The fourth question was, how much of a percentage is your YouTube compared to your income? And I zapped out. I didn't want to answer that.
No, you want to answer that? Yeah.
Well,
how
they
about
think they're paid-
minus 2%?
They already know.
Yeah, who's asking?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's the second it becomes available, I will have subtitles on every single of the 450 videos that I have.
I hear you. That's actually a good idea. They say you should do that.
Yeah,
Well,
they do.
really helps with
But
ratings.
when they do watch, they are speaking to English speaking
Right.
channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
That's what I
more,
mean.
more than 30% of my viewers have subtitles on.
Wait, Arch,
Yeah.
cheers. Where's Arch?
Yeah,
There
but
we go.
will you lose?
Here we go.
Will you lose any subscribers if you do that? You think?
Cheers, brother.
That share's got to go, Arch.
I'm
I know.
sorry.
I'm sorry, but I get yelled at all the time. I'm going to fix it, I think, this week.
3 and 1.
WD-40, Arch.
3 and 1.
WD-40.
It's all
Yeah.
underneath.
Yeah.
It's all captive underneath here. There's no exposed spring, so I'm just going to have to flood the area and then wash the chair off.
Rock, you should
Zippo
ask
was
them
yelling
where
at me
they're
the other night on a live show. He's like, "You just got to stop at that chair."
I'm sorry.
Rock.
What's that?
Well, you asked something, and I was trying to figure out what you asked.
Oh, I was asking Klaus, does he think he'd lose subscribers if he does the translation thing?
No, it's the other way.
I mean, if I can still do my Danish speech with subtitles, that won't lose anything. On the contrary, I think there'll be a lot more.
A lot
But
more.
when I've done, I think 2 or 3 videos in English, and my subscribers here, they go,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
All,
when
Yeah.
all
You
my
don't
fun
want
is
that.
trying to figure out what he's saying.
Oh, no.
That's-
It's like when I do. It's
I
just
like
like when
that.
I do carpentry
Hold on,
videos.
Hank is waving. Hi, Hank.
Yeah, that's all my fault.
and yes, it's Hank's fault. Yeah.
Well, I think 75% of Jake's subscribers are from the U.S.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right. Well, only
85 to me.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys what's your demographics?
20% Canadians.
No,
There-
but I mean
there's-
in terms of age.
oh,
Yeah.
mine are all the first year of my YouTube channel was 65 and older.
That's mine. That's mine. My
Stella,
mine
they thought
too.
it was a
That's
dating
mine
channel.
too. That's the biggest. That's the biggest age block. That's from
No, it's a
65.
big age block. No, I rarely have anything below 18 years old. You know, the 18 to 24 is just this tiny little
yeah, it's very small.
And
Here's
then
a
it
public
gets a little
service
bit bigger.
announcement. If you're watching Arch's videos, go to like the 20th minute so you don't have to watch this all freaking night.
I know. I don't start my lives right away.
No, you don't.
No.
It's like a breaking news.
Arch, you should say sit by. I couldn't stand that long.
I know. It's,
Sit by, not stand by.
it takes a while for me to get going and everything because it's late and I'm old and
Where do you find your stats on your demographics?
Arch, how old are
Well,
you?
you have to go on to the YouTube studio on your laptop or your computer. You can't find this easily on your the mobile version, but it's
I
under
can
the
show you.
audience tab.
Let's see. Anal lip.
Under the audience tab. I'll say that again for Arch's squeaky chair.
I'm sorry.
There you go. Under audience, Bruce.
Put some lube on.
Yeah, there you go. I know. I'm just gonna keep hearing it. I know.
Yeah, there it goes right there.
Actually, mine's almost a ton.
Wow, look at that. 1.3%, 18 to 24.
I'm not there. I can't find it.
Mine
I'm
is
old,
zero
help
on
me.
the-
I'm
Under
old.
audience. Click on audience. In the studio on top. Scroll where it says audience.
Oh,
One thing is, the older people are used to fixing things themselves. The younger crowd want to just go buy something new.
Yeah.
The
They also don't have
younger
lawnmowers
one, you
yet.
are exactly right.
Hey, is it
You
just
are
me,
exactly
or
right.
did everybody have a decent month last month? YouTube.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh,
Well, you
I've
know,
got a subscriber.
for
No, I'm saying
me,
money-wise,
not as good
the
as me.
normal
You did like
goes up
Penny.
in April, May, and it comes back down again.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
I've
half
I
of what I
got
was.
34 subscribers last month.
Whoa.
I'm half of what I
Get
was
worse,
last
Art.
year.
34. Yeah.
Hey, Bruce, that's why I tie a string on it.
Spring.
Yeah. You said you can't find it anymore?
that'll keep her from getting on
Here we go again.
Okay, I gotta find. Where do you go back to your main channel or what?
No, you just go into YouTube Studio.
Oh! Sorry. I can't help it. I get restless. I'll change chairs.
It sounds like my back in the morning.
Yeah.
Art,
I can probably
Sounds
do
like
it.
flatulence to me. Oh my god!
If that's the case, you got some issues.
Go into your studio and click on the left-hand side under Analytics, and then under there you go across the top. There's a tab that says Audience,
Oh, thank you.
and then it
Yeah.
will say all kinds of interesting stuff.
I knew it was there. Subscribed 66.2%, not subscribed 33.8%. That's really good.
that's good.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm 91% 92% not subscribed.
I stopped looking at that one.
Art, you gotta get one of these squeakless chairs. They're made by Squeakless Inc., made in the USA.
Really? Acme?
But less than 75% of our viewers are in the United States.
Yeah.
That's an interesting site. I've been there before, but it's been a while. So.
And almost more than 70% of our viewers watch subtitles. Watch it with subtitles.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I don't have any choice. I got to watch it, and the subtitles are there.
Yeah, because
Right?
you speak Canadian.
Yeah, but I still see the subtitles.
Well, you
Why?
can
I can
turn that
opt
off.
out of subtitles.
You can turn that
Stella, when
off.
I watch you, I can opt out of the subtitles.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just this little thing that says CC. It'll have a red underline. Just
Oh yeah.
click that off. Yeah. But
That's
So
been
I'm one of the
closed
high
I
caption.
take the
percentage.
time to make my
I know that.
subtitles. No. I take the time to take my subtitles and make them like complete sentences and not like
Yeah.
some run-on sentence.
I like run-ons.
Here we go, guys. Not subscribed, 70%.
NGK.
United States, 65% of my viewers are from the United States.
Hey, Rain, haven't seen you in a while.
7% female.
How much? That's about mine. Like 9%
7.
for me.
Yeah. And my 32% is 65 and older. That's the big one.
That's always been my big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you drinking there?
So
Yeah, what is
basically, what you're saying
Yes,
is, as the population
nice.
gets older and dies off, we're not going to get any views.
That could, you know what? I'm half what I was last year.
You're right, Wayne.
Hank, we're in big trouble. Hank.
Stella, I thought you ran out of the line in Google.
No. I still have a few more left. It's a summer shandy. It'll be gone soon. But it's kind of funny because I went to the Leinenkugel brewery, and they were like, "Yeah, they can call it a special thing because they only make it 11 months out of the year." You know.
Yeah.
Imagine if all the 65-year-olds died, there would be no views.
Yeah.
Right?
But as
That would
long
be
as
bad.
Hank, as long as they don't unsubscribe before they pass away, we're all right.
Yeah.
They all unsubscribe, it's rude.
Wayne,
Stella,
I
I think
just
they made-
got notified that if you don't do anything on your channel for 2 years, they wipe you out.
Oh, is that
Wow.
I think it's less than that, but yeah, generally speaking, you got to find a way. If you want your legacy to live on, you got to find a way to like get some foundation or family member or something.
Get
to keep
Mrs.
your
P to
stuff
log
active.
in once in a while.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, no, you have to post something, even
Yeah.
if it's like a community post.
I want to see if I can show you guys something. I have a question for you. Now, hold on. I'm going to move.
How to oil a chair.
That's a separate issue.
Arch, you
I
got
wanna
to go on
show you that,
on your
fellas, this.
standby
We
screen.
love you, Arch.
Thanks. Oh, I love you guys. Now take a look at this. You see these wavy things over here? I'm laid over, I should say, the lawnmower lady is laid over me. This is an extra tool you can get. Okay, no matter how I say that, it's just gonna. It's not gonna
You
work.
know what? Even if you're on the bottom, you're not losing, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
If you look, I'm the blue and she's the red, and notice how it follows the troughs, the peaks.
Yeah.
Now I've done this with channels that have nothing to do with lawnmowers, and if they're close in my views, otherwise there'll be a flat line if they're really
people release their
popular.
videos on Friday and Saturday.
Wait,
So where are you looking at that, by the way?
Now this is actually
that's channel limits, right? Yeah.
This is TubeBuddy.
Oh yeah,
TubeBuddy graphic overlay.
TubeBuddy for a while. Yeah. And actually, I think I have that, but it kept giving me all these weird. You have to keep logging in kind of thing. We've seen
Sometimes the API gets messed up.
Yeah,
Hey, Arch, do it with me underneath, or put me in there too. So do 3 of us. Can you do 3 of us?
Okay, so I can go. Well, I can only do one person at a time. So let me go find you. Here's Ken. Now here's Ken. All right. So he's red. So you notice what it does? It's very, and I with people that are not even related to what I do.
These are views that we're looking at, right?
Do mine.
Your peaks and your troughs. It's very odd.
There's a dip before a
well, first of all, if you look at the weekend, that's like Labor Day weekend.
Well, that was the one. The real big peak is when I had James, Condon, and Gary when I did the live.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure out the one between September 15th and September 18th. That's very interesting.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
And I see this, like I said, with other channels. And as long as the views are close, because I'm not a big channel, so if I view like Diesel Creek, I'm a flat blue line.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
All right. All right. Let me show. Let me just here we go. Watch. See, watch this. So it's useless data, but you see what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm the flat blue line.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that with you fellas, just to see what you thought.
Well, that's interesting because is that in the paid version or the free version?
Free version.
Yeah, because I had the free for a while and I paid for like 1 year or whatnot. I don't think I got a lot of it, but there's another one called vidIQ that I use that as well.
That's the one I use.
That's very good too.
Yeah, they have a lot of very interesting insights and that sort of thing of and they have some AI kind of stuff that I use, but I'm okay, using my own AI for stuff. So I'll admit it. I use ChatGPT to help me with my titles because I can't
really
JIT for titles. No, I just say, hey, make me a video title for YouTube about blah blah blah. I'll put in the first 30 seconds of what I'm saying, and I say make it 60 characters or less, and it was like, poof! It gives me 5 titles.
I've been thinking about that because
ugly, Stella.
Pardon me.
Did it come up with the good, the bad, and the ugly?
No. That was I was doing that on my own.
See, you're better than
Chat GPT.
That was a good idea,
But when you have some video and you're like, oh God, I mean, because the YouTube algorithm, I think, takes more account into your video title than it does anything else. So
that's what they say: title and thumbnail. And I'm horrible at it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better at my thumbnail. So
that's my goal for this coming year. When we come into the new season, because when I look at everybody that talks about how to be better at YouTube and all the tips and tricks, and they say. And it makes sense. Even YouTube has information on how to be a better YouTuber.
Right.
And it's thumbnail and title, and both of which I'm lost. I have no talent in this area. And I need help, and I need to work on it.
Well, the vidIQ really helps you out with that. They can give you a little quiz and everything.
They give you a little quiz, but they also want you to pay for their version to get more than 3 title suggestions a month.
I'm not going down that route.
I just go to ChatGPT and ask them to give me something under 60 characters.
Well, I understand a lot of YouTubers are turning to ChatGPT for assistance.
I've improved my thumbnails, but I don't know if it's made any difference at all. I really don't.
Well, it's different for certain people. You've been at it for a long time, and people are coming to you. There's a lot of the name recognition. It's not a guarantee that if you make a great thumbnail, first of all, what is a great thumbnail?
Yeah.
And
Well,
secondly, a
well,
title.
But I mean,
Somebody in yoga pants.
A voluptuous lady holding a wrench.
spandex.
No. A
No.
great thumbnail is something
Clickbait.
that's going to make you look at the title and then click on your
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, it has to be catchy enough. Something has to be in
Right.
it. And I'm an idiot when it comes to this stuff. So it doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm trying to learn about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a skill I have. Some people are naturals and they don't even realize they have this talent. They think it's easy. It's like even just on YouTube in general, like some people, it's their personality that people are really watching. It doesn't matter what they're doing.
Arch, I don't think you can generalize on this
Well,
because
You know what?
it depends on what
thumbnails.
kind of
I
subscribers
can't
you
use
have.
Facebook. I'm pretty good on YouTube, and I can't use Facebook. I don't
You're lucky,
understand.
Bruce.
I
But
just don't want
I
to
don't
use
understand it.
Facebook.
the majority of my views, they are walk-ins. They have an issue they need
Oh,
fixing for, and then they leave again. They don't subscribe. They just come in,
Yeah,
and,
Right.
and then
That's
out.
75%.
Now, let me ask. Let me
Yeah.
ask. Let me ask the group.
They don't care about the thumbnail.
Yeah.
It's whatever is in the tagline. that
Right.
they show.
But I had a group question though, because I've heard this a lot lately. Are you guys for or against just saying, please like and subscribe, even if it's that short? Are you for or against saying that in the beginning?
I'm a little.
I have no problem saying that, Kenny, as long as you don't push it to me at the very beginning of the video.
Right. I
It's-
agree.
I have
it
a-
insults
Well, wait.
my
But are you saying you'd rather
intelligence.
see it at the end, the middle? Where would you like to see it?
In the
Well,
middle.
Anywhere after you have given some sort of value to your
Agreed.
But
your
would you like
viewers.
it in a verbal form or a graphic?
Gee, is that you, Klaus?
No, that's not me. That's Arch.
I'm sorry. I'm a noisy
Well, they got a
person.
bag-
I'm
bag of
horrible.
Lay's potato chips.
If your subscribers or your viewers on average only watch about 15% of your video, you should say it at the beginning.
Exactly.
I never say it at the beginning because
I never say it.
I don't
never
care.
say
I
it.
usually do it as an
But when I wrap up, I will. And if you enjoy this and you don't subscribe, hey, that would give me
Okay,
that would be a good one
Well,
for me.
Arch was saying before, Diesel Creek, big guy. He'll say at the end, he goes, "Hey, please like, subscribe. Don't cost you anything. Helps the channel."
Right, and that's
Bill
and that's
from
fine.
Playing with, guys playing with tools does that. He tells everyone that it's free.
Okay.
You know?
I have that in my comments. Please, don't be shy. Like and subscribe. It's free. That's the first comment.
Yeah.
And then I have a little tiny red subscribe,
Big Son, I think you're
tiny
right.
little box in the bottom corner. It just people might just, oh yeah, shoot, I forgot.
Yeah,
And
like-
it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Big Sons just said, he doesn't think anybody even listens.
No, they probably don't. And I mean, if the majority tunes out after 7 minutes,
You're right,
which
Steve.
I think it's my average.
Yep, Steve too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I occasionally run a little insert that says like and subscribe. One of them I have is just me pulling out an old, nice, beautiful Toro I finished out of the shop. And it just says like and subscribe. And it's like 3 seconds. And it's just a segment in between. Like if I say, all right, fellas, I'll be right back. We're going to start this thing up when I get back.
Well, I
Boom,
I
that
just
thing
put
runs.
this thing at the bottom. If I've just given somebody, hey, here's how to gap your spark plug with a Stanley knife or some, something like that. That's so maybe some valuable information to somebody, but otherwise, I don't even do it.
Yeah. One of the fellas I watch.
I usually forget.
Yeah, the other fellows I watch is he makes his living from essentially helping people create YouTube channels. And he'll say something like, if you're getting value out of this, please like and subscribe, or hit the notification bell. And that's what he'll say into the camera. And I think that's a pretty good line. He'll do it after he's delivered some goods, like you said.
Right.
And because people that do it right away, it's like they're trying to get all of this out of the way and they get into the video. I don't want to hear all of that. You haven't done anything yet. I don't know who you are.
No, by then I'm already zooming.
Yeah, and it's like Klaus said, they're walk-ins, right? So they just really want 5 minutes, and they want to know your all of your abilities that you've taken a lifetime to build and deliver to them in 5 minutes. And if you can, stop by.
Yeah, but I mean, if we all did our videos according to the analytics, that would be the most boring thing you have ever seen. Because I can do a 40-minute video knowing that 90% has tuned out after 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
But
my
if I
last
only,
video.
if I
Yeah.
only do 7-minute videos, I'll have a whole other bunch that didn't like or subscribe or did anything.
Right.
Say, oh, that's a little too short. Why didn't you show
Yeah.
that? Why didn't you
Yep.
show this? So
Yeah,
you know what? I just do what I feel like. Sometimes the video is half an hour, sometimes it's 15 minutes,
Right.
sometimes it's an hour.
I try and make him 25 minutes.
Imagine Musty, if he did a 10-minute one, he wouldn't have the subscribers.
No.
That's right.
Musty's run an hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do how-tos.
No.
No,
Well,
just,
Right. He does
He
not.
started a long time ago.
you just watch him work.
I would like to do how-tos, and I hope that some people will see them as how-tos, but I don't sell them as how-tos.
I don't
Me
either.
I mean, a mower came in, I turn on the camera, let's go.
Yeah, this is what I do when I'm
Yeah.
working.
Right. And that's what I do. But
This is how I do it, you know.
Yeah.
Like that.
most of my channel is how to do stuff. But you know, I mean, I try to say this is how I do it. But you
What's
know,
a carrot, Karen?
There's more a teacher part in yours, Stella, and I like that personally. I like it,
Right.
But I don't do that. My intention is to have people. The writing I have, it's on a napkin somewhere. When I started this was to give people the ability to maintain their own equipment.
right.
Now, when I first started,
and I don't stay true to that. I just turn on the camera because a mower came in. Oh, la 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 la.
Right.
Half an hour later, it runs.
Now, when I first started, Wayne gave me a good pointer. He said shorten them up a little bit, make them more direct, you know, to the point and everything, and it worked.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
No, but I mean, people don't want you babbling.
Like me.
Hi,
No,
guys.
but-
Bruce here.
People still tell me that.
Bruce, you don't babble.
Bruce,
You
I
get-
love Bruce's show. Yeah.
No, you do a
Hi,
little
guys. Bruce here.
moonwalk
I'm
every now and then.
gonna clean the 900th carburetor for you.
Yeah.
And I gotta make it interesting. So I'm gonna sing songs. I'm gonna do a moonwalk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And you know what, Bruce? The
spill
funny
some
thing is-
gas. I'm gonna
Yeah, but
But-
Bruce,
but-
I think it's
but
different,
Bruce-
Bruce.
Bruce, after a certain point, they're there to see you,
Yes.
not to see. And
Yeah.
again, I think a lot of people in their beginning YouTube journey don't really grasp onto that idea.
We may not have it either, right? Because there are certain people I know, speaking for myself, I realize, especially more now that I'm looking into this, like
Right.
somebody like Bruce, I've been watching forever. Why? Because it's Bruce. I can't tell
Exactly.
you all the, and he makes all the same mistakes with the camera that he did at the beginning. He's better at it now, but he's still making a lot of them, Bruce. And you take us on a ride, it's like, whoa,
No!
yeah.
I like
And in the
Bruce.
sun, there's a light is coming through that window in the back of his garage over by the antlers and everything. And like, whoa, he's got a halo on his head. Whoa.
He got another deer this year.
Yeah, did you?
Spilling that gas.
Great.
Well,
Mopping it up.
I watch Bruce just to make sure Frank's still there.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, Frank.
That thing's awesome.
He had a birthday not too long ago.
somebody once a year he does that.
Yeah.
I watch Bruce to hear him say methyl hydrate.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, what?
I had no
Oh,
idea what that
alcohol.
was for years and years until just recently. I was like, what is that? Why can't we get that here in the United States?
Because we're not Canadian.
Right.
We can't get it here either. It's too toxic.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I like about Ken's show is that he always says, "Well, look at what this guy did to this thing." You know,
Oh, yeah. Yep, yep.
hilarious. I was watching the other day. I'm just. Oh, so he takes this cover off of this this breather, and it was just exact same thing that every single one of us see.
Schmoo.
But he puts
I
them up.
said, "What is wrong with these people?" You know.
Yeah.
You know what I like about Ken is when he's working on his favorite 450E lawnmower.
Oh dear. I think it's everyone's favorite, Bruce.
Hank,
no,
he's got
you know
every
what?
tool in the world.
The
Hey,
new
what's
Power
that?
Smarts, the Power Smarts have got that 450E beat.
You had to bring
What
up
a-
Power Smart.
What a beautiful
Oh, really?
design, but it's a great design, right? Like 2 bolts for the carburetor, a throttle lever, and an engine. Like it should be the most reliable thing out there.
Bruce,
It's just a piece of shit.
Bruce, have you worked on one of the new Hondas yet?
The 190 or 170.
No, I have not.
No. The 170, the 200, and the 140.
No.
No.
Just wait until you do. You're gonna be so happy.
Yeah, what is there like?
No,
80%?
no longer are the studs there. Well, the studs are there, but they're just nuts on them now.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the whole stud
Yeah,
doesn't come out?
Nope.
No. Hey, Kenny,
They
if
are
you
nice.
were going to convert your spark tester that you did the last video on to take the shorter plugs, right?
Yeah, well, I talked to a couple people on that, and there's two ways I can do it. So I'm just figuring out which way I want to do it.
Is one making a brass insert to fit inside?
Yeah, that's one, and the other one is making like a dummy phenolic piece that lays in there, insulated phenolic, with
Yeah.
a little electrode on the
I
inside.
thought you said phallic.
Plug.
Yeah. So you're going to do a video
Bruce.
on that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
I'm surprised they don't make one to take the short plugs.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I'm trying to talk Jake into buying one. I like the looks of it. Just
They're
to
cheap
watch
now,
the
30
spark.
bucks. Yeah, cheap.
It takes all the
Yeah,
guesswork out real quick.
Yeah.
I made my own.
You know, they're selling
Nice.
they're selling those what do you call it? It was just here, it disappeared.
Okay.
Probe, the electric probe.
Multimeters.
Probe.
Oh, his
Power probe?
tester.
The Power Pro? Which one?
Yeah, the power probe at Home Depot now.
No,
Oh,
wait.
Really?
The real one?
Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight.
They
Oh,
got
Harbor-
a Harbor Freight
Yeah,
now.
Is it a real Power Probe?
2, 3?
Three.
Henry have 5 of them.
Because you know what I did? I bought the one that Zippo had advertised, which is sort of like a pseudo power probe. But it was like half the cost. I love it though. I think it works great.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, he's got a bunch of those.
Where you can simulate the 12 volts to things, that little power probe.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Kenny,
okay,
and you-
Karen, I have to answer this question. I've been really closely watching this. I did a video on Honda's new lawnmower for their 35th anniversary. They completely redesigned their GCV style of engines. It went from like 139 parts to like 45 or some crazy amount. And this is what they started putting out. And they really value engineered a whole lot of things about their lawnmowers. And then the shit hit the fan when they got a bad batch of camshafts.
Decompression
Started
releases.
yanking people's shoulders slap out of their sockets. And they finally got around to just a couple of weeks ago
Recall.
doing an official recall. They pulled all of them off the shelves about 3 months ago, was it? Sometime in May or June or something like that. And they had already announced that they were going to stop making lawnmowers in North America
This is it.
prior to this happening, because in my opinion, they just could not support a business model that had such high value equipment when there's people turning out these MTD junk mowers, for $150 and whatnot. And then you get into the whole Chinese stuff. So they already shot themselves in one foot. They shot themselves in another foot. My understanding, and I might be wrong, is they're going to continue to make the mowers in France, I think. But their GCV 170, 200 engines are going to continue on like pressure washers and stuff like that. They've just shut down residential
They're
mowers.
stopping the vertical engines.
That's too bad because they were only $59 at Lowe's.
They were recently, that's right. Yeah, if you want to get the bottom of the
I
barrel.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's called a
I'm not gonna
product
answer
dump.
the question. So
No, but I
Kenny,
mean, here in Europe, they have not been treating the Honda dealers right. I mean, they've been they've been really walking all over them, and I fully understand why a dealer doesn't want a Honda, because they're not making any money. The mowers are too expensive. They want them to buy lots of mowers for the coming season without knowing if they can ever sell them. Once they get past the new models, they can't sell the old ones because now you have the new models. You got to. I understand, and parts for Hondas here is first they're hideously expensive, and second, they don't deliver them on time. They make the best mower in the world, they really do, but they don't.
I don't think so.
So
Well,
Kenny,
I mean,
He
I've never
used
been
to
in
make
love
a
with-
very good mower.
I've never been in love with the 160. You know, with that slanted something. The whole thing. I don't like it.
Yeah, either they come apart or they don't.
I have the older HRX, and I love it.
I have an older
It's
HR,
awesome.
even older than that one.
Yeah, I just did a repair on an HR 250, and it was a pleasure to work on. Absolute dream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the problem is, Bruce, you can't find a lot of parts for it anymore.
Yeah, I was surprised that seal was just rubber, no metal.
Yeah, well, I actually had to silicone that seal in because it was spinning on the crankshaft.
Oh, okay.
I remember that.
Usually they're molded around a metal cup.
Oh, that's the newer one. It goes on top. Yeah.
What do you
so
need?
Kenny, on that spark tester that you did the video on, you know the plug that was grounding out but still sparking?
Yeah.
Test that spark checker on it and tell me if the green light goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
if the green light goes on, it says a grounding plug is a good plug.
Yeah, because I put that tester actually next to it, the spark checker, and it actually did, work.
Yeah, on the one that was grounding out, the one
I
that was
didn't.
short.
No, I'm just saying. I just wanted to see if it would work on the tester to make
Yeah,
sure.
on the good plug.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was hoping you would do it on the one that was grounding at the base.
No, like I said, I'll do part 2. I'll get all.
I kind of when I have that, I kind of go nuts. I put the new one in. It runs good. In front of the camera, take it out. I put the bad one in, and I put the new one in, and away we go. And then I put the bad one back in just to verify. It's quite boring to watch, but I go through it.
Tim Condon was telling me too. He said he'd like to see a part 2 or part 3 where I hook up like a heat gun, blowing heat on the plugs to warm them up a little bit.
Yeah, see if the resistance shows.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Boy, that guy's smart, man.
All self-taught.
Amazing stuff.
But he must live in a high-end area because there's no way I could spend the money that he does repairing a machine and then get my money back.
No. But right now he is making decent money on YouTube.
He's more popular than Musty.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
I watched those
he's got
stats.
a huge Amazon store too. If you go on his videos now, a huge Amazon store, huge.
Yeah, they cut me off.
I work in a working man's neighborhood, though.
And same here. I argue with Pate all the time about this. You should be getting more money. I'm like, no. He thinks because it's Long Island. I'm like, he's young. I like to give him a hard time.
Yeah, he could probably make more money.
You know, I wish I could, but I can't. The people that live here, they just can't afford it. I mean, I know my customer base. I know what they're going to buy and what they're going to spend and what they want to repair.
I can't sell a Honda.
Where you are?
I'm on Long Island.
Oh, you are on Long
Island.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Long
But you're
Long
closer to
Island.
Boneyard. Arch, you're closer to Boneyard, right?
I think I know who you're talking about. I can't. I don't know if I follow that fella or not. I don't think I've really watched him.
Because
Well,
he's
how
on the
about
island.
mowers and blowers, Henry?
Pate is right in the middle. Well, yeah, mowers and blowers and Pate are literally 2 blocks from each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Me and Hank visited. We did a surprise sniper visit to
Sniper visit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because I know.
By the way, Ken,
mowers
did
and
you ever?
blowers. I watch him, and he gets a fortune in free lawnmowers that I can't believe are thrown out.
Yeah, we do
Around
actually
here, they're
get a
all
lot of
on sale.
that.
Yeah.
We do get a lot of thrown out
Actually,
lawnmowers.
Arch, when we went there, we stopped. We got where were we go? Dick's Hills Diner, I think it was, and spent
Yeah.
$100 on breakfast.
Yeah, that's well known.
Yeah, and then
pancakes $50.
yeah,
That's
then
a lot.
We got out of there and we said, "Hey, let's see if we could find Henry." You know, so we're looking around, and I knew what his name was. Technically, I believe I did, and I go, "Wait a minute, I think I got his address." And sure as heck, we Hank and I were sitting in a park watching YouTube videos, waiting for Pate to get home because it was Christine's birthday. We're trying to surprise her, and we're sitting there, and it's like, wait, I think I know Hank's address. So we cruise, and we met him literally like 10 minutes before he's supposed to pick up his kid from school or something. But he was very gracious with us and all. You know, we did an intro and a couple things.
Nice.
But yeah, it looks just like you see in the video, though. It does. It looks just
Yeah. Does he
just
still
did
put
his
all the women
video.
on his thumbnails that you never see in the videos?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that lately. I don't know. I haven't seen it lately.
Yeah, he used
And funny though,
The
hey,
day
just,
he
to,
did.
just to give the guy some credit though, he's retired at like 52.
Yeah.
He was an airline steward. He was an investor, owned some restaurants. I mean, the guy's done a lot of stuff. But
got a lot of energy.
he got into the market when Google was like fresh and all that, and made money. You know what I mean? So he did good for himself.
Nice.
I call him Mr. Brandtastic because
he killed me on his last video where he got the internal workings of that diesel heater. You know, the ones you guys are using, but you've got the cover. Well, he got one sent to him. Like, I guess he gets a lot of stuff sent to him for doing reviews. So he got the internal workings, and his video was the worst review I've ever had to do. So when I commented to him, I said, "But Henry, it was free."
Yes.
Henry responded back, "Yes, it was."
Hey, detective, how are you doing today?
Oh, how you doing, Dave?
LMD.
Boy, did you see his new truck?
Yeah.
No, I missed that.
Oh man.
I think somebody's gearing up for a retirement project.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
It's been.
No, the men in blue finally got a raise.
Yeah.
A well-deserved one.
Yep.
Can I make a shout out to
Go.
You can always give me a shout out, Brock. That's no problem. Oh,
it's Valley Wrenching. Do you guys know him?
No, never heard of him.
Yeah, Valley Wrenching. I won a AMS oil change from my ATV off of his channel, and I sent him a sticker. He sent me a sticker. He's a really good channel. I mean,
Yeah, I think I saw that. I think I actually did subscribe to him.
yeah, he's a good guy. Yep.
Valley Wrenching.
Valley
Go
Wrenching.
and check it out and subscribe.
Wrenching.
Wrenching.
IN, not ING.
Like you're from the South and you're wrenching.
Yeah, you're
wrenching.
Wrenching.
Easy now, easy.
Easy.
He's just saying that to himself
We were
because
ranking.
he wants to say
We
something.
were ranking.
Yeah.
And if Klaus drinks too many beers, he'll be
WRANCHING.
Right.
You know how many
That
North
is correct.
videos, North jokes I hear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, has everybody seen John's first couple of videos? I like those. I
First
watch them.
couple, the first only.
Yeah.
John,
Hey,
John, who?
John knows
They
his stuff
suck.
too. I think he's more humble than
They sucked. They're
John,
pitiful.
John, you are way too humble. And
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
It
telling
went
you,
viral.
you got, I mean, once this election is over, I'm gonna be all over you for putting out videos, buddy.
But yeah, after the election, John,
Yeah.
you gotta step up the game, man.
I totally agree.
I just can't wait for this election to be over with. I'm so sick of this crap.
You have been putting us off
I'm
for
tired
way
of it.
too long before the election, I might add. You have been dragging us along.
Yeah,
we want to see you. We want to see
John.
you body tackle a zero turn.
Yep.
On
Yes.
Two of them
we want to
yesterday.
see.
Just
Yeah, well, see.
Get it in the headlock, John. Just
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, we
I'm
hear
okay
about all
with
the-
a
I'm
carb
a-
cleaning, John.
we hear
I'm
about all
okay
the
with a
repairs
carb
on the
cleaning
one side.
first. Just do a carb. Show us you
Just
can
do a
it,
carb.
John.
I don't know how to do a car. I'm about to watch a
do like
video.
carb.
Just watch a video.
Whose do I watch?
I mean, you don't have to teach anybody anything, John. Just show
No.
what you do.
Should I talk
Just
like I'm just
knock
like
on there, man.
super
It'd be-
country?
Hey, John, if you want, I'll do an intro for you.
That
Hey,
doesn't
all
sound
right.
difficult.
Hey, yeah, that'd be a good idea.
That'll work. Why don't you all do an intro for me?
Hank, you do the intro.
Good idea. Send
Yeah,
them,
we'll all do
send
it
them
at
a
once.
4-second MP. A 4-second
Why
MP4.
why
and he can-
don't you have work shirt with girly names on it?
Yeah,
Ever done
like
something like that?
Klaus or something like that.
Oh,
No,
No.
crying out loud, blah blah blah.
I'm just messing. Just messing.
Well, this time on Ken's shop.
Yeah.
We'll
There
call
you
it Ken's
go.
Garage.
With
Welcome back.
Alice.
Trying to get Jake to let me do a video on my mower blade tools.
Wait, Wayne.
Do
That would be
it.
nice.
No, you got to do,
No,
Wayne.
wait.
You got to do something. Remember on Tim Taylor, Tim the Tool Man, you had the, Wilson who never talked?
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
Jake's
The
got
guy
it.
on the other side of the fence.
That's Jake. You got to put
No.
Jake's head behind the fence.
No, Jake's got a video. Jake's got a video with our next door neighbor popping his head above the fence, looking at what we're doing.
Nice.
That goes back quite a few years, I think.
I had a real live Wilson at my last house, believe it or not. Yeah. We used to pass beers over the fence, just kind of,
Thanks, Mike.
yeah.
That's a good question Karen has.
Yeah. And to be honest, Karen, if if you go on to some of the Chinese websites, you can get aftermarket foam fitted for like nothing. You can't even buy
Yeah.
the foam to cut out yourself for that price. One thing I will say about foam, though, I mean, we all know that how you mush it with oil and squeeze it out, and
Right.
some people don't use oil, and that's also fine.
I do.
I found this spray that they use on dirt bikes.
K&N?
Yeah, K&N, yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, it's not K&N, but it works similar way.
It's kind of similar, yeah.
And what I
Yeah,
do,
it's
I simply spray the side where the air comes in first. And
Yeah.
spray it,
Right.
put it in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
And
it
there's-
doesn't-
Chain
it
wax.
doesn't- It doesn't get yucky or anything.
Yeah, but you know
Well,
what?
the
John-
other thing
John
too is
mentioned one-
some foam is not oil and petroleum resistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the ones, you know, the old school Briggs with the circle in it.
Yeah, that's what I
Those
buy.
ones-
Those green and yellow ones. You buy those,
Yeah.
that's kind of up to what you need. But
Yeah.
I put it in a Ziploc bag with oil, go like that, and then turn it inside out, and there you go.
Right.
But-
and then you put a new one in the bag so you always have one ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm not
You
just
use
buying-
cooking.
Hey, I
pans.
went to a yard sale and I bought 50 of those at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy.
Dang.
was
I mean,
like,
I
"Yeah,
don't-
messing with that."
I don't soak them anymore. I simply spray that dirt bike stuff on for
Right.
the air filters, and then I put it in. And when they come in a year later, they're doing pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, they're all right.
and,
Yeah.
and they're so much easy to wash.
Yeah.
I had a customer of mine didn't know what filter oil was, so he used clear spray paint,
Oh, dear.
and he wondered why it wasn't running really good.
Well, it will keep out dirt.
Yeah.
And air and everything.
And air and everything else.
And you
Where
use-
any oil, you can put canola oil on there.
Yeah,
You can put
yeah.
olive oil if you
Hey,
want it.
how many of my customers
Yeah,
use vegetable
doesn't matter.
oil in their chainsaws?
I put
now?
Pam on mine once. Yep.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
works.
Got in
Yeah.
trouble, but
It'll do. I mean,
you
it'll
do
do.
it on snow blowers, you know. You
Yeah.
spray the.
But if you're concerned about the filter deteriorating, any vegetable oil isn't going to deteriorate a filter like any
Right.
petroleum-based
Petroleum-based,
oil
yeah.
will. So
yeah.
canola oil, perfect.
It'll be fine. But I don't the whole messy thing, and after it gets into the it can actually drip out if you're not really.
Well, it's because you use too much. You just got to.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, that's
I know.
the bag method that Ken said. That's the method I use. Yep.
Yeah, I simply spray it with that from an
Yeah.
aerosol can and put it in and gone.
Right.
How many times
it
have you
was-
seen people use like old seat cushion foam?
I've used
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I use
It's
that.
a little dense, though. It's a little too dense.
It gets
Yeah.
all crumbly though.
Yeah.
It gets all-
Well,
It
you know
doesn't.
that-
I had it on a Briggs engine for years that I owned, and it lasted like 3 years.
I've used that air conditioner, for your house, the big sheet, just
Yeah.
cut it out. Yep. I mean, anything in a pinch, it's better than nothing,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I had a guy actually use tissue, like clean up
I like to
in a
cut a whole pair of
weed
underwear
trimmer.
out and
In
use
a
it.
weed trimmer, he threw a
Mm.
bunch of it in there. He said, "I didn't have anything, and it was a dirty day, and I didn't want to get dirty."
Hey,
It's a dirty day.
We used to use stockings over the air intakes
Oh,
on
yeah.
some of these race engines.
Oh yeah,
if the foo shits, wear it. I'm sorry. If the shoe fits, wear it.
You
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. Food.
No, I had one
You had a
time
quick
on my
answer there.
scooter. I had a 108 main jet and a 104, and I desperately needed a 106. So I just wrapped a dirty red shop rag around my air intake, and it was perfect.
I have some stuff. I think it's actually made for aquarium filters.
Yeah.
It's thing,
Yeah.
but it's some of the really cheap trimmers. They don't even have any a filter.
No.
I simply cut something out, put it in, and it doesn't restrict anything. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But
Vegetable oil just goes rancid. It just stinks.
yeah,
Not that any of the rest of the stuff that we do smells heavenly anyway.
Brake clean smells
What
fantastic.
you been doing?
Oh,
I
two-stroke. John.
I commented on my last video. I told him that my wife thinks that my new cologne is gasoline.
Well,
Oh,
it
yeah.
might be. It might be. I mean, I think the worst smell is that if you've been in the shop and you had an engine running,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
exhaust, it sticks to your clothes, and even when I get in the house, I can smell it. So
I remember going to a brewery one time, and I walked in. I was in my overalls that are all like oil and grease stained, and I sat down. I ordered a beer, and the guy next to me says, "Do you work at a golf course?" And I was like, "No, why?" He says,
You've been cleaning out decks so that between grass and gasoline. That's a
exactly. I had all the day whatever, so it was pretty cool.
Same thing when the scooter comes by, I'll go, mineral oil.
What's that girl on? Just a minute. What's that girl on Saturday Night Live? She goes like this.
Yeah, I love her. That's Superstar.
Superstar,
yeah.
That's funny.
I forgot her name. I got her.
All right, guys, I got to call this. We've been dragging on, and I have had a blast. Thank you all so much for being here, man. You have no idea how much I really appreciate you being here, helping with this. This is the last thing. I obviously had no plans of doing this, but I couldn't let you down, Klaus. I felt that in my heart.
You're sweet. I was getting the shakes,
I know. But anyway, I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you, Hank, Arch, John, Klaus, everybody, Brock, Kenny, everybody for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Wayne, thank you. Bruce, thank you. You guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time. That's right. That's her.
There she is.
Oh, that is her.
That is her. Hang on.
Come on, do it.
Come on, do it.
Mary Gallagher.
Yeah, that's her name. Yeah.
Oh no.
And I smell it.
Oh no.
And I go. And I.
Oh no. And I go.
Stella's on until tomorrow.
Hey, Arch, I actually think your chair is hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah,
It's like a trademark chair.
Yeah. Well, it's because your mic is so good, though, Arch. What kind of mic?
It is. It's a Rode mic.
Arch, we're coming down to hook up 12-volt batteries to it.